Blast off.
Yes, we are on live.
Blast off.
Yes, we
We
are.
are on live. Blast off.
Yes, we
We
are.
are on live. Blast off.
Yes, we are.
Hello, Rara. Blast off.
Hey, we're having some audio problems. We're having some audio.
We're having some audio problems. We're having some audio. We're having some audio problems. We're having some audio. We're having some audio problems.
We're in limbo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Xinxia D&D. Hello, everybody.
Xinxia
Welcome to
D&D.
Xinxia D&D. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a fierce echo. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a fierce echo. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a fierce echo. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a fierce echo.
Testing. Yeah. Yes. 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 Testing.
Testing. Okay, looks
Test.
like testing. Okay, looks
Test.
like testing. Okay, looks
Test.
like testing. Okay, looks like. Hello, testing. Hello, testing. Hello, testing.
Yeah, it's raining as well outside.
Hello, testing.
Since we're in the same neighborhood. Yeah, it's raining. Does it affect you?
Hello, testing.
Since we're in the same neighborhood. Yeah, it's raining. Does it affect you?
Hello, testing.
Since we're in the same neighborhood. Yeah, it's raining. Does it affect you?
Hello, testing.
Since we're in the same neighborhood. Yeah, it's raining. Does it affect you?
Hello, testing.
Are you in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, it's raining. Does it affect you? Over, is it?
Hello, testing.
It's raining with a chance of meatballs.
Hello, testing.
Oh, meatballs
It's
are
raining
nice.
with a chance of meatballs.
Hello, testing.
Oh, meatballs.
I was just reading.
Hello, testing. Hello, testing.
Meatballs. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I didn't need to know
Hey,
that,
guys.
but now I do, and I share the whole stream, man. I didn't
Okay,
need
we're
to
on.
know, but now I do, and I share the whole stream, man. I didn't
Okay,
need
we're
to
on.
know, but now I do, and
Oh,
I share.
shoot.
Today,
Okay.
gangrel facts, things you didn't need to know. Today, about me, things you didn't need to know. Today, things you didn't need to know. Today,
Okay, I'm getting the echo. Hold on.
Sound test.
Make test one.
Sound test.
Make test one.
Sound test.
Make test one.
Sound test. 2.
Make test one.
Sound test. 2.
Hello, testing.
Sound test. 2. Yeah, hear you. Loud and clear.
Testing.
Echo.
Sound test.
Over. Yeah, hear you. Loud and clear.
Testing.
Echo.
Sound test.
Over. Yeah, hear you. Loud and clear.
Testing.
Echo.
Sound test.
Over. Yeah, hear you. Loud and clear.
Testing.
Echo. This gives me flashbacks to NS. Yes, this gives me Roger.
Flashback.
He's over here. Yeah, I hear you, Nick.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Nick.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Nick.
You hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I hear you, Nick. That's strange. Okay.
Yeah, I hear you,
That's strange. Yeah. That's strange. Yeah.
Hey, Randers is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Randers is here.
Yeah, there's a bit of echo for you. Francis is here. I heard it twice. Yeah, there's a bit of echo for you. Francis is here. I hear myself. Yeah, there's a bit of echo.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
are echoing to
Francis is
somebody
here. I hear
else.
myself. Yeah, there's a bit of echo.
Yeah,
for
we
you.
are echoing to
Francis is
somebody
here. I hear
else.
myself. Yeah, there's a bit of
Yeah,
echo.
we are echoing to
Francis is
somebody
here. I hear
else.
myself. Yeah, there's a bit of
Yeah,
echo.
we are echoing to
Francis is
somebody
here. I
else.
hear myself. Yeah, there's a bit of
Yeah,
echo.
we are echoing to
Francis is
somebody
here. I
else.
hear myself.
But nobody really formatted together, which is why a lot of time people can't understand the combat, which is why I pass a combat sheet over to Nick so he can understand the combat better. Nobody understands the
It's to make sure that yeah, we have, yeah, that's why we're bantering. Yeah, it's generally to make sure that you get some kind of situation like your padding goes in and some kind of single-digit numbers and disaster strikes. Disaster strikes.
Hi, Ed. Since you're there, right? Since you're here on stream, so we do organic engagement here. Since you're there, right? Since you're on the very stream, so we. Mm. There's some more coke. Okay, lor. It's tea already. Okay, lor. It's tea already. There's so much water.
Hello, testing. Testing.
Hear you loud and clear.
Can you all hear? Can the audience hear this?
You know why? You can put in your audio capture back again. That's why you have a. That's why you have.
This question mark. So I assume something happened.
Hi. Okay, I've managed to get rid of the audio. Finally, dear God.
Hey, Meowling says it's okay. Sounds
Yeah.
okay
Finally.
now.
Okay. But now we're frozen. Let me unfreeze us. Okay. After much pain of the sound, welcome everybody to Sincere D&D.
Yeah.
Alright, man. This is like trying to embrace embrace an individual that does not want to be embraced, which is more or less par for course. Now we're waiting for Rich to get back to his
It's
throne.
Ivory Tower.
His ivory tower, yeah.
What
Oh my
happened to
god.
teleportation circles?
I'm sorry?
What happened to teleportation circles?
Oh, you only teleport circles, not Richards.
Yeah.
This is what teleportation
Yeah,
circles,
yeah.
not teleportation Richards.
Oh.
So Richard's teleportation circles are that he runs very, very fast from the first floor of my house, the third floor of his house, the third floor. Yeah. Anyway, guys, while we sort out the thing, while Richard comes back, right? Welcome to Sincere D&D, and tonight we have a very special Halloween game run by our very own Nick from Gamersaurus Rex, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade, Gangland style. Singapore Gangland style, which I have been told very pointedly is not Kuwatai, unfortunately. Despite my many times of trying to turn it into Kuwatai, is not. It's actually more Hokkien pie apparently. So regardless, anyway,
Johnny Thor.
I will take the game as I get it.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Richard, let's just lay out what it's going to be like tonight. Because we are anticipating an audience that primarily speaks English, I believe. So
Really?
yes, so unless we have the ability, maybe some point in the future to create random subtitles as we go along, I would suggest that we handle this with just peppering of other languages and
Yes, yeah.
and predominantly speaking in English, right? Because just for everyone else. So we're doing the kind of like my character speaks in Elvish, my character speaks in Dwarvish kind of style. Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially that.
So are we allowed to burst out into the occasional or the semi-occasional Hokkien vulgarity? Can, right?
If I'm not sure how you want to handle Hokkien vulgarities on our CNCR channel. Case this one, I'll leave it up to you.
I'm totally okay with it. I mean, we swear like crazy on the regular game. It feels very odd for us not to be swearing in a game that we are supposed to be swearing in.
Maybe Casey, we should tag in 18 plus on our tag as well.
Okay lor.
But permanently put the 18 plus on our tag.
The adventure was created such that it's not too risque, because there was no 18 plus tag.
Okay, that's fine. But we can swear, right?
I suppose if you want to swear, go ahead, right?
Okay, can.
He looks like it's Christmas and there's no turkey in the face when I say cannot swear. You know, he's like,
Okay, so generally, let's kind of get into it. I need a I need to place a disclaimer out here. The game I'm running is set in the World of Darkness version of Singapore. It is not the Singapore that we live in. It's gonna be little bits of differences. Some things have been renamed. Just since it's such an in thing in Marvel now, just consider it like part of the multiverse, right?
What if?
Yeah, it's a very different thing. There's an alt history element to it. I'm not saying vampires don't exist, but vampires definitely exist here.
Any coincidence to any person living or dead is purely coincidental.
Okay, so without further ado, we'll get on and I'll have the characters introduce themselves, starting with Case.
Okay, so today, I am totally not playing Jordan Chen in Young and Dangerous. I'm totally not. The character's name is goes by the name of Rooster. His real name is Eddie Lee, and he is a bit unusual. I don't know why Nick asked me to start first, but he's a bit unusual in that he's a Eurasian in the Triads, and he was basically the son of a sex worker. Doesn't know who his father is, and basically he was brought up in the Triads. He is basically he worked his way up from a small time gangster to a enforcer, and now he runs his own gang, and he is part of the gang that Nick will introduce. But also, he is also very much a fighter. He's a Bruja, and he's the classic Bruja where he lives fast, punches people hard, and tries every so often to rub his two brain cells together and try very, very hard not to frenzy. Moving on to Rich.
Sure. I am playing a character by the name of Brian Kim, which is his new name. His old name is Lim Ah Tiong. He has grown up together with Rooster, as part of the same gang. While Rooster is the enforcer, Brian is actually the runner. So he helps his brothers to run errands on the nightclubs, and to be a watcher, to watch out for police. And then slowly, as he grows older, he gets promoted to the managerial position. So he was embraced as a Ventru, and has taken over some of his brothers' businesses. He has a couple of nightclubs that he owns, mainly with hostesses from China, Thailand, and Vietnam. And he is relatively more kind of modern kind of boss who kind of dresses in a very hipster kind of way. His usual appearances is basically a hoodie with kneecap ripped jeans, and he has a bodyguard. He has a retainer with him, so which is his bodyguard. His general style is still a very aggressive. Boss is really unforgiving. If his employees makes a mistake, he will punish them severely. And is there anything else? Has been yeah, has been with the triad for a very long time, and he was embraced a little later. So his appearance is around in his 30s, and he has a beard, 5 a.m. 5 p.m. shadow kind of beard with a lot of a mustache. So it's like a beard and mustache kind of person. Over to Shao.
Yeah, actually, I was like to start by saying, actually, technically for us vampires, 5 a.m. shadow is kind of appropriate, huh? Depending on your humanity. Yeah. So hi, I'm Shao, and playing Feng Jie. Like I think like her full name is Ku Mei Feng or Xu Mei Feng. You're gonna be Han Yu Ping about it. So Feng Jie is basically she is, for those of you unacquainted with like the history of like Singapore's rich businesses, where it happens everywhere where there's rich Chinese businessmen, a lot of them tend to take second wives and third wives, fourth wives, and sequester them in private properties across around where they can run away from their home and engage in infidelity. So Feng Jie is actually the runner. She organizes and kind of like takes care of many of the old areas of vice entertainment and, well, basically rich men's businesses. And Feng Jie is also a bruja, like Case's character Rooster, like some guy. All right, and maybe there's a certain bit of a bird analogy going there because Feng is actually the Feng that put here is actually that of Phoenix, lah. So Feng Jie is literally elder sister Phoenix. Yeah. So Feng Jie, despite being called Feng Jie, actually looked quite young. She was embraced maybe in the early 20s, very much of somebody who came of age in a time when people still thought that daughters should best be married out and in order to gain wealth and secure alliances with other wealthy, powerful men. And Feng Jie is pretty much now in her unlife, still living the same life that she had when she was a young human, basically of having old immortal things with all the power and money shuffled them around. So Feng Jie's role in the triad is a little bit different from the other two members of the coterie. For all extent and purposes, she's less interested in growing the wealth and power of the triad and sees both the triad and vampirism as simply curses to be dealt with. You don't increase the number of people who become vampires. You don't increase the number of people who enter the black society of crime. You just help them because normal society has no place for them. So that's a little bit old school. And there's a lot of ideas there that she agrees with from the old school as well, which is you don't destroy people's lives, leave people a way out, don't ruin families. The civilians and the criminals, we do not mingle too much. Only when it's necessary. The vampires and the humans don't mingle too much, only when it's necessary. So Feng Jie is probably, despite her youthful age, seen to be quite old-fashioned. A bit of a recluse. She plays music not very well, makes instruments not very well, in order to convince herself that she is not just a low life in never going to get promoted inside a triad, and in a way, I guess she serves as the morality mascot, right, for the coterie. I think her relationship with Rooster is that Rooster suffers her attempts at music and moralizing, simply because it's like, yeah, we clanmates and coterie mates, yo. And I think Brian is like, sure, you don't want to make money to bring people in? I'll make the money and increase the influence. So our peaceful relationships with each other is brought in by the fact that probably we have no cross interests. Yeah, and so for those of you who are very familiar with vampire tropes, if there's a humanity seeker in the party, it probably is Feng Jie, but she's still a bruja, so she'll still beat you up with her if she needs to and make you disappear. Yeah. So that's us. That's the three of us. And here's this powder keg that Nick is going to have play into his streets.
Okay. thank you so much for your character introductions. I'm just going to give the audience a little bit more context about the world that we have over here. So the coterie, the group of vampires that know one another, all hail from the Six Fortunes gang, which is one of the dominant triad gangs in Singapore, and it, a lot there tends to be a traditional feud between the two most dominant ones, right? The most dominant being the Six Fortunes, and the second one being the Double Nine. Um, for those who want to know their kind of Hokkien names, one would be the Lak Tiong, and the other one would be the Sua Kao. So anyway, with this landscape that we have now, the both of these are background led by members of the undead. They have a handful of vampires in the organization, and they tend to be in leadership positions. In this case, the Lak Tiong, the Six Fortunes, which is the mortal name for the gang, is run by the coterie that call themselves the Six Dragons. Originally, there were six. The number has since fluctuated up and down, kind of like Marvel's Fantastic Four, right? and
It.
and right now, it's the three-player characters, Brian, Rooster, and Feng Jie, and they are the elder among them. There's one who's older than them, who's kind of like the big brother, known as Afai. Afai is also a Buddha. He's just of a higher generation than they are. Um, there are also two others who are in there. One is very old and probably will not show up in this story, so we'll talk about her. She's another story for another time. And they would know that she's known as the Red Butterfly. And and lastly, we have Vinny, who is Afai's child and also the newest to the coterie. He has not been a vampire for more than 20 years. So the premise of what we're having of the story today revolves around the funeral of their mortal. The term puppet isn't exactly accurate because he does get to make a lot of the important family decisions, but he is a ghoul of Afai. For those who are unfamiliar, a ghoul is basically a human who lives who gets doses of vampire blood, keep them living longer, being healthier, and all that kind of stuff. But they do get addicted to it. It's a fatal addiction to speak. Right? So Uncle Ho has been Ho being tiger, as in Lao Ho. Uncle Ho has been around for, I mean, he is passing away at the age of 92. Pretty amazing because he looks no older than a day past 60. So with this, the characters all have their different reasons for attending the funeral. But first, let's start off with a scene that takes place in 1987. The three of you, Rooster, Brian, and Feng Jie, have just finished a little bit of a task for Uncle Ho or Afai. It's it doesn't really matter which one it is because it's kind of synonymous anyway as far as we're concerned. In 1987, the scene is a little bit tinged with a touch of sepia, and you are here at Yip Hong Mansions in Chinatown.
You need me to display the image?
I think we can live without the images at the moment.
Okay.
In fact, I'm at this point. I'm not even sure that we are going to need the images.
Okay.
So, now Yip Hong Mansions it's one of those old schools kind of double-story shop house, corner bungalow hybrid things, right? And as you approach the courtyard, coming in, its stonework looks as though it's been just recently redone. You're in a sparse garden with a pond full of exotic fish, situated right next to a round stone table surrounded by 4 seats, a Chinese chessboard that's been carved onto its surface. Uncle Hall waits for you to be done as you take sustenance of the maid that has been served to you. And he's smoking a post-dinner cigarette in an almost signature fashion at this point, something that he's quite known for, right? He mutters to himself and in a way to you as well. You know, I know the government now come and say this will kill me. Last time everything also you go and see the advertisement or the Marlboro Lucky Strike now I just enjoy my salim, the menthol very relaxing. He turns to you and says, y'all settled the fishing pot already? Afai says you're very capable, very good. Now, Kay also say, they say Mungasami that side now all quiet already. So I think what y'all did good lah. Less problem for me means less problem for you. Y'all also don't like too many questions, right? And he looks at Brian, right, and at the suitcase that he's carrying. So you bring the money.
He kind of like swaggers into the in front of Uncle Fai.
It's alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yep.
Alcohol and turns the suitcase towards him, opens the suitcase, and then it's like actually he won't be using a suitcase, he will be using a duffel bag.
Okay,
More,
fine.
yeah, duffel bag. He'll open up the duffel bag and show it to you. It's all accounted for. Alcohol.
He peers into it, and then suddenly you guys hear the sound of cling cling.
Right?
Not 10 links, just 3 links.
3 links.
Was this one not Shansi?
Instinctively, I zip back the duffel bag. Put it in.
Yeah.
He
You
takes
watch
a
as
with
Rooster takes a
Uncle.
position. Sorry, Rooster takes a position next to the door.
Okay. You watch as a young girl with ribbons that are tied into her hair with the ends streaming down. But her hair is actually kind of short. She's in a pink ballerina's leotard. She rides in a tricycle from the living room to the courtyard. No older than 6 probably. And then she goes, Akong, Amma said don't smoke so much, we get cancer. The girl looks at y'all very curiously, but she doesn't really dare to speak. And Uncle Hall looks at her, a look of fondness on his face, and he says, Teresa, don't be rude. Call uncle, auntie. And then she looks at y'all. Uncle, auntie. Yeah.
Nods her head at her and smiles.
Younger, what's your name?
She looks very uncertain. She looks at her at Uncle Hall, right? And then he says, and Uncle Hall gives a look of approval, right? And then the girl looks at you. My name is Teresa.
How old are you?
I'm 5 years here.
Oh, so big girl already. Oh, tuahan liao. Oh, well done. And then you ballerina, is it?
Yes, I just come back from ballet lesson.
Oh, wow. Can show me something or not?
Uncle Hall at this point interjects and says, leave her alone lah. She very young.
I raise my hand and say, okay.
And then he says, he says to Teresa lah, right? Go tell Amma I will come inside soon. Go prepare to go to bed already, very late already. Let Akong finish some work with all this uncle, auntie, okay? Then Teresa asks, why you're so white?
We all don't eat our food properly. Well, finish our rice. You finish your rice, you'll be okay.
And then Uncle Hall says, "Giza, don't be rude. Go, go." And then she, okay. And then she gets onto the tricycle and then she like cycles on back into the house, right? And then Uncle Hall turns to you and says, Teresa, she also very poor thing, I tell you. You know, we're not so deep in the business already. I don't think it will be good to continue in the current climate. Nowadays, the Angmo vampires, they're all so daring, left and right, come and try to steal and do our business. They're
It's
not saying,
okay.
they're not saying enough, I tell you. They don't know one.
They come one, we cut one. They come 10, we cut 10. Simple.
Not so simple already. Afai also tell me, they are in all those arena, even deep within the entire structure of the city. What can y'all do? Only more handful of you. The most important thing that they lack is they don't understand. A lot of this business is based on gum cheng. A lot of it based on the brotherhood. So the times change already. I tell you, 10 years time. People don't even speak Hokkien already. You see now, government every time say speak Mandarin only, right?
Uncle Ho, we all know it's all about the gangcheng. All the business that we all do have been doing well. They won't be able to get in far, but I agree with you. We still need to watch out for them. We did need to send our kakia to keep tabs on them. I have one or two kakia that is willing to do that kind of job.
Then he looks he looks fondly in the direction that Teresa cycled off in, and he says, I tell you, I don't want Teresa to become like her father. Better just let her grow up like normal girl, go learn on some angmo, go Canada study. Hopefully she don't come back here. Anyway, so how? Don't talk about that already, talk about y'all cut off the snake head in front of his wife, he got scream or not?
Not fast enough to scream.
At that point, we end the scene, right? That was about 35
plus.
years ago,
Mm.
right? The camera shifts and pans a bit. You guys go to some time. You're now in 2021. The premise is the new Shinmin Association building in Chinatown, just off Keong Saik. And well, all of you have heard about Uncle Ho's passing, and is Shao disconnected?
Yes, he's reconnecting.
Okay, so wait for him.
So if any of y'all need like spot translations and all that, right? Just yell out. Hakia, for those of you who don't know, are basically minions lah.
Minions. You mean they're little yellow capsules?
Yeah, our screen has just gone on the fritz because Shao disappeared. It's okay, we wait for him to come back.
Hiya.
All this type of thing, voila.
It won't be a session without a technical glitch. I already say already.
Yeah, I know lah. You're all damn sweet on all you.
So while we're waiting for Shao, let me tell you. So I have created a string of numbers. So I will be rolling no dice during this session. Instead,
Okay.
the die I will be using this string of numbers. This also prevents me from situations where I end up randomly rolling like 2 ones in a row, which I'm sure Case is very familiar.
I have no idea what you're talking about, because that is a DM curse, I'm serious. When DMs DM and then they suddenly become players again, I tell you, their 手西北草啊，walao eh.
Well, it's fine. We have a dice roller, and I already included a dice roller.
Yeah, but it's also so I don't have to alt tab and keep the dice roller. Very annoying.
That's true.
Okay, Shao is back, but at least we're back in format. That means
Back in-
we're back in our scenes. We're back in our little boxes.
Hi, hello, sorry. Yeah, I'm back.
You're
Sorry about that.
back.
You're back, yay!
Yeah, the laptop decided to shut me out at the talking of kakia. I think the laptop felt like it was going to get arrowed. Yeah.
All right, so we'll continue. As I was telling them, the scene is now in 2021. Our world of darkness not as dark as the real world one, so there's no COVID. Nobody need to wear masks. So, this is in the what if COVID never happened. Okay, so it's 2021. You're outside the new Shinmin Association building, where generally you're all here tonight for your individual reasons to attend Uncle Haw's wake, which will last for 3 days, being a Taoist wake, and then the funeral will be the day after that. You hear your gang slogans being chanted in the background. There's some upbeat techno coming from one of the cars. You are walking in because generally parking has been almost impossible to find outside the building proper. You see rows of cars, from family cars to slightly larger muscle cars to fancy sports cars. It seems like every generation of the gang is here. You clearly recognize a matte blue Subaru Impreza that belongs to Tanner Chan. Tanner Chan is Uncle Haw's enforcer. He is Haw's muscle, and quite odd that he wasn't around when Uncle Haw met his demise. It's tucked between Lambo and a Maserati. You've known Tanner for a long time. Tanner's mortal. He's human, and you're not sure whether he's ever been partaking of vampire blood, right? But he is successful in private business on his own, so it's not as though he can't afford his own fancy car. But he's always been kind of, flying under the radar is better. Don't want to attract too much attention, right? The Maserati belongs to Vinny. Vinny Cordero, as you know, is Afai's child. And he has been recently brought into the business because of his influence and on the professional MMA circuits, which some of you also kind of dabble in. Vinny is very flashy. The flashier, the better. It's kind of like his take. Everything needs to be done big and loud so that people know you're doing it, right? The wake is lively. You have purposefully arrived at later hour to press, and also the vast majority of the crowd, of course, but it doesn't mean that it's not crowded now. There are easily 200 people here tonight as you enter the members of the gang, allies from outside of it. You see the 13th auntie playing mahjong, or rather depleting the coffers of Mokse and two other middle-aged women that you do not recognize. Next to the makeshift altar, you see Uncle Haw's coffin sticking out like a sore thumb in white and gold, loud, proud, and obiang, exactly how he would have wanted it. Between incense pots, you see the portrait of Uncle Haw in his prime. He does not smile. Instead, he's rather expressionless with a poker face, his business face. You've seen how he can maintain that expression even when driving a parang through his enemies, so it's quite a common thing for you. You know that at his last birthday, Uncle Haw was 92. But the picture doesn't look a day past 60. And you know exactly the reason why. You have kept in contact with him several times over the years, over the decades. And he's outlived Amma by almost 2 decades away. He watched her shrivel away. First, he watched her mind get claimed, and then after that, her body. And he never forgot that he wasn't there for her because he was out on business in Chiang Mai when he passed on. But Again, that's another story for another time. Tanner approaches you, 6 feet tall, muscular person in a white t-shirt, befitting of wakes and funerals. He looks kind of like Donnie Yen.
Because every movie needs to have a Donnie Yen, yes.
Yes, of course, right? There's a patch of cloth fastened to his sleeve with a safety pin, as you know, it's traditional. He approaches you discreetly and he hands out the patch to you and says, "I don't know whether it's usual for you all to want to wear it, lah, but you know."
I pin it on and they say, hey, I keep put where?
You go over there. He motions to this table where you see a group of girls are there, kind of taking in the Pekim, and you recognize that one or two of them are Feng Jie's people.
Could I put it such that I'm sort of like, to help me maintain my mask, that because Feng Jie not looking the same over the years will be a bit of a oddity as well. So Feng Jie is here today as one of her girls rather than as Feng Jie. Is that okay? Like that's okay? Like for
Totally
politeness, basically. Yeah.
Tanner says to you, you all go and put the Pekim, then after that you all can go and pay respects. But he looks at Rooster, right, and he says, "There's business for you at the back."
No, before the two of you got here, right? You all got a message saying my men have Uncle Horse killers in the back. But something's not right.
Then I'll have said, like, it's best to talk about this later. I don't trust these machines, or something like that. Yeah.
So Rooster, coming up, right, is has apart from the Pekim, right, he has a huge funeral wreath on his back, right, and he's carrying it with kind of one arm. So physical description wise, Rooster is Eurasian and he's barely pushing 6 feet. He's not particularly bulky or muscular, right? But he's one of those genetic freaks of nature that basically has like power to mass ratio of ridiculous, right? And he's just carrying this funeral wreath. It's tastefully done because he has consulted Feng Jie about it, and he's consulted Brian about what's the appropriate, how appropriately expensive this should be, right? So he subcontracted his thinking and etiquette to the people that know it. All he's doing right now, right, is he's bearing a wreath, Zambato style, right, on his back, and just he's walking in with nothing but the utmost sincere respect on his face. And if people take offense at his perceived violentness, that's on the people.
Should we also do a scene setting in, Nick, for all of us, or what? Or
yes.
do we not?
You walk in. There are 2 rows of seats, but they are mostly empty now. There are generally a lot of people gathering in their little groups. You hear Pong as Tapsai again wins another hand, and then the other ladies on the table complain as they're forced to fork out their chips, right? You know that they play quite big one, so the fortunes move quite violently. There are a few notables in the crowd aside from the usual enforcers and Arbings, right? You aside from Tanner, you also notice that there are some outsiders. There seems to be one of your higher ups is talking to one of the bosses of your rival gang, actually, surprisingly, and then there's one from the Hai Sing Society as well. There are several other rival gang members here also to pay their respects. What is interesting, and also probably because nobody wants to engage him, he's done the necessary, give the game, go and see the body thing, right? But Inspector Gopal from the police force is also here.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
you know, Feng Jie knows that Inspector Gopal has been on the take to look the other way
Okay.
in most of your dealings, and he arranges also for other people within other people within the force to look the other way, but his influence seems to be eroding of late within his circles.
Okay.
Did we have a chance to have a speak with Inspector Grouper about this, or did
Afai was supposed to do it.
Afai did we had heard anything from Afai?
See, that's odd, right? That was the last time he spoke to Afai.
That he said that, oh, don't worry, I handle.
Yes. That was a month ago. But not seeing Afai for a month is not exactly extremely irregular lah.
Yeah.
But Afai not being here tonight for Uncle Ho's wake is odd.
Feng Jie will kind of like as we're all at a play game, she looks around and she tries to look for Teresa. Is Teresa in the area? The little girl that we saw grow up?
You do not see Teresa. She is not here as well.
Then I say to the other two, kind of whisper quietly to them. My brothers.
Teresa at this point is not a little girl, you all know.
Yeah, she's grown up already, right?
She's probably in her 30s.
She's 40 plus.
Yeah, 40 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. I say to my brothers, to my sworn brothers, right? I say, brothers, I don't think it's tonight, whatever happens, I think we have to make sure that nothing bad goes out. Uncle Fai is not here, Teresa's not here, family's not here, and I have a feeling that people are trying to take our territory.
I look at my
This is an act of war.
I gesture my bodyguard to go on a lookout. Then I say, we should start talking to Rooster's prisoners.
I lean in, right, and I say, watch out for Swakao. And these are the guys who I've heard word on the streets that the Swakao are the ones responsible. It's a T-Pack course, man. I got no clue.
I have the same news as well.
You see, there's a problem. You go back and see those guys. Those guys would never have gotten past Tanner. Something is wrong. Something is very fucking wrong.
I think it's quite
smellier than old woman's Chiba.
We can make him talk.
I think
am German, but just kidding.
If that is the case, that I am going to continue looking around outside, but I'll go in with you and I'll just move around quietly and listen around and talk around. I just want to remind the both of you that we have held our peace with the other gangs for a long time now. The person who is holds up that peace, Uncle Haw, as well as Uncle Fai, are not here. If the peace is broken between all the gangs, only the external invaders have to benefit from this. We already had trouble in 97 when the triads from Hong Kong came down. All the Chiu Chow and the Kwantong came down to eat our turf. Now, all the other people are coming in as well.
I tell you,
it may look... Yeah, we have to be careful. We don't want to be played by others.
Feng Jie, I tell you, all I need to do is to carry the black pot for this.
At this point, you are interrupted. And then you hear very loudly, don't want to play already, 卖剩料 And after that, you see Sai gloating away. Aiya, my honey sport leh. This is happening right next to you. Like
few $1,000
only, right? And then she y'all come so late
Got business lah, but we all come lah. We all bring one Zituaki down here for Uncle Ho lah.
Oh, yeah, wow, very big leh. Wow, how like this? How the rest of us match me face, yeah?
No, it's okay. This one is just, you all.
It's just the respect that we owe to Uncle Ho.
We owe him too
He has
much.
taken care. He has taken care of us for so long,
He looks at
and it's just
he
proper
looks at
respect.
Feng, yeah. He says, "Huh? Tonight never come with Teresa. I thought you all will come together."
Yeah. Then I kind of like look over and actually kind of like say that's true. I shouldn't.
Oh yeah, must be her doctor having exam lah. I know my that niece also having exam now. This time of the year, all the parents a lot of excuse one.
Then
Maybe she come later lah.
okay.
Nick,
Then
over the
nods.
question over the years, do we know that did Teresa join the business or did not?
You're actually not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say to the other two, I say, I'll leave the business to both of you. Something doesn't smell right to me. Let me handle the other side so that we're not blindsided. I hope we're not too late, but I need to do something. Then, can I have some of your men? Can I have can I have some of your men, brothers? I may need them.
I gesture at my bodyguard. You can take him along.
Okay. Then I go to the corner.
I look at my bodyguard and say, follow Feng Jie and listen to her.
George nods to you and then follows Feng's here.
Okay. Then I'll kind of like exit the scene to kind of let them do the thing because I want to do something else regarding the Teresa angle. lah.
Okay.
Yeah, like her hunch. She has a hunch. Yeah.
I quickly put the quickly put the wreath, right, and then I head on back with Brian, and I say,
You have a hunch? Would you like to add that as a character feature?
Yeah, it's my new Nosferatu ability. Yeah.
minus
Is
2
he-
points.
Is he of Notre Dame?
Yeah. I'm now changed to Clan Gargoyle as a result.
Okay, so Feng Jie leaves and then leaving Brian and Rooster in the funeral parlor itself.
Okay. Once
The funeral hall, sorry.
Okay, there's no way of avoiding this, and I don't want to rush it because it's bloody rude to rush it lah. So what I do is I put the wreath, I put the Peking down, and I pay the respects. But immediately after that, I make a beeline to it. In the meantime, while I'm walking towards it, right, I say to Brian, hey, you know what's the fastest way to start gang?
What?
Those two jokers go missing. The two I just caught.
It very likely to be missing.
You don't know actually because you don't know anything about those two at all. They could be very low level and not even noticeable.
I know that, but the minute they go missing, all the fingers will be pointing at each other. That's the hunch that I have, which is the reason why I'm trying to make a beeline while trying to observe it so that I don't get hit with Clan Scorpion breach of etiquette, please. It's very sad.
Shame.
Okay, so yeah, I go down there, I do the bye-bye, I say, and as I
with my higher etiquette, I just tell him, like that enough already, the quick go.
Okay.
One thing of note, it's a closed casket.
Is there like the little plexiglass window?
No, there's no little plexiglass window.
Okay, I'm not gonna start a scene, but I do have a suspicion about it. So if I come down here, if there's a fight that breaks out, right, I will be making a beeline to action movie myself to go and collide into the coffin. Note to self. Okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Move on to the back room.
You go down the hall towards the back room. You have been here before. You know that it generally functions as the new Shinin Lion Dance storage room. There are guards outside. You recognize them as members of the family, and they let you in because they recognize you as well. You are greeted by drums, poles, other lion dance related. There's this image of an open mouthed lion head just hanging from the top shelf. It's very noticeable as you walk in. Uh, there are two. Aside from the two detainees, right? You also notice that Vinny and Fabian, two of the kindred of the Tong, are also here. You know Vinny. He's a tall, lanky but wiry, quite well built still, right? And he's Eurasian, like yourself, darker skin. He's bald. And then there's Fabian. Fabian is he passes off as a decently dressed, typical Singaporean businessman. In a suit.
Mm.
You know that they are both kindred. Fabian is not a part of the coterie, but Vinny is because he is Uncle Five's child. He's not really lah. And there are two boys, both 20 years old each, probably a Malay boy and a Chinese boy, and they seem to be bound, gagged, unconscious, and on the floor. Next to them, there's a pail of water.
What?
A pail of water.
Oh, they're doing the water treatment.
There's very obviously from
Torture.
their tattoos instantly reveal which gang they're from, which is the double nines.
Okay.
But any joker can go and get the tattoos for any joker can get the tattoos for the double.
That is true.
So I go up to Vinny and Tanner, Vinny and Fabian and said, have these guys said anything?
Fabian says no. I kind of expected you to be here. That's what your men said, so we never touched them. But we just had to make sure they don't get away lah.
Appreciate it.
And then Vinny says, yeah, of course, right? We've gotten information out of them like probably 4 hours ago already. What took you so long?
Business. So I go up to them and I say, you wanna take your first round, be my guest, man?
I think there's a faster way of doing.
Your men said not to touch them, give you face. Now get it over with so we can all find out what the hell is going on.
Okay.
There's a faster way of doing this. I look at Rooster. May I?
Yeah lah.
I wake up the Chinese. I just slap him across the face. Tap him across the face.
Fabian says, Fabian produces 2 wallets lah, and
I look through them.
It's what they have.
Look through them. I take photos of their IDs.
Okay. On ID, the Chinese boy goes by the name of Yong Yuan Kwan. His address Yuan Kwan. His address is somewhere I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have a phone? Do either of them have phones?
They have phones. The other one goes by the name of Muhammad ID.
Not Batman bin Superman?
No, not Batman bin Superman. That guy is too heroic for me.
Okay. Take photos of their IDs, right? And just in case we need to do some background investigation later, I say, these guys have phones or not?
Yes, he produced 2 phones, but you notice they're both water soaked.
I look at Brian and say, you guys can do something with this?
No.
Vinny makes some joke, but I hear you put it in rice.
An Asian will, they say, then a Chinese man will come up and prepare it. Please lah, this time a joke older than I am, friend.
As they are talking, right? I just kind of ignore them and I just try to wake up the Chinese guy.
It's quite easy lah. He's quite badly bruised, but he comes around and what? No. We don't know anything. We don't know.
I turn on off and I go.
Oh.
I said, tell
the
me.
joke never got old.
Tell me everything you know. From the time that you are from how he Uncle Ho was killed 2 days ago.
Yes.
Okay, so from 2 days ago until now, what has happened?
The job was on Facebook. They messaged me, and then they dropped a $2,000 envelope. They pay me already. That's all I know. They gave me the knives. They asked me to stab him and to cut him up. But it was easy money. That's all I know. We were even told exactly where to go.
Where were you told to go?
We were at Keppel.
Which way did you enter? How did you enter Keppel?
He gives you some fairly detailed instructions. But they did the equivalent of climbing a fence.
That's not right, because that's our territory, and if they just manage to get through by climbing a fence, we've got problems.
No comment.
Yeah, I'm saying I have Rooster has the phase 2 still look on his face.
I gesture towards Rooster and I just go, can you describe the man who commissioned the job?
I never saw him.
How do you get the money?
They dropped it off in my mailbox. I don't know anything on.
I was like, I look at Vinny or Fabian. Any of you able to track a Facebook page?
Vinny looked at you. Huh?
Siao lah. I say,
Good, can try, right?
I point at the tattoos, and I say, the Malay one, abang, when you join.
You still so you're waking him up?
No need.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were. No, it's okay. I can go to the one
Chinese
at a time,
guy.
the Chinese guy. Boy,
it's quite obvious lah. Which
no,
gang?
I know, but I want to hear from him.
Because I'm sorry bro, I only joined because my classmates say one, they say join.
Who's your classmate?
Kwan is one of them.
The other one, so you say you join, you got this, then you got suddenly after you join, you got this $2,000 job.
$2,000 is a lot of money to us, lah, sir. Please, the Malay boy says to you.
I get it, but
simple job only. You do 5 minutes, You do 5 minutes after that we.
When you were there, was there anybody else with the guy that you just whacked?
No, he was just coming out of the toilet. That's what we were told. What?
And then after that, what do you do? Run like hell.
We run now. We thought everything. We thought nobody see what. So, yeah, really, this one not us lah. Somebody else pay us one. So
I lean to Brian and say, any way to check whether their minds have been. You're the one with the funky shit.
You need to let them reaccount the whole situation between the day that they have acted all the way until now.
Today, in Nick's example of how life would be easier with a trivia. Okay, go on.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I would love to play a trivia, but
I go up to them and say, okay, now we are gonna play a little game, Okay, you're gonna give us an account of the day, leave as many details in as possible. And my
ID
friend,
says
I say,
ID
hold
says
on, no. If I like the answer, I will leave your teeth alone. I don't like the answer. I look at the corner. I'll go find a fucking toolbox, right? And then after that, you will first lose your molar. Then after that, you lose your premolar. And then after that, you start losing them your teeth one by one. Okay, if I don't like the answer, right, by the end of it, you can give 32 wrong answers. Okay, because lang tak che, I know you got 32 teeth.
Sir, what's a molar, sir?
Okay, you never the teeth at the back. Okay, we start from that one and then we work our way left to right.
Sir, really, we don't know anything, really, sir. Sorry,
You're awfully calm for a bunch of people who are about to get their teeth plucked out by a very, very fucking angry man.
So really, we don't know anything, sir. Really.
I look at the Chinese guy.
The boy start crying.
I would use mesmerize. There is no need to cry.
Okay, you mesmerize him.
I memorize him. I mesmerize him. I say, just do as you are told. Give the account of the 2 days that you have been since the time you received the job until the time that you are sitting down here.
Is that what
Without no, I
Is that
ask you
what?
to. It's a long sentence compel.
Okay.
It's a long sentence compel. So
all right. He says, I agreed to the message, and then the person say when the job is done, he will pay me. I went to the location at where he told me that the knives and all that is by the St. John's Power Station there. Then towards the back, he says he has a bag for me. I took the things. I go in. I climbed the fence. There was nobody. He said that it would be all clear. It really was all clear. I went straight to the toilet. I saw the man. I had to make sure that he was dead and disfigured So that's the only way. That was the only thing I could do. That's exactly what they said. ID and I both went in at the same time, right? ID. Then yeah. Then we went home, which is what we were told to, and then the next day yesterday we checked our mailbox, and then the envelope with the money was there. It looked like real money.
They are dead and disfigured.
Yes.
I take out a photo of Uncle Hall from my phone, right? This is the guy.
Yeah.
Confirm.
This old man
Confirm,
he very strong. I think we stabbed him many times. Was quite hard. This yeah. He seems to feel a little bit guilty.
is there any indication of him not remembering certain incidents?
No, he gives you a
He's a cat's
almost
paw.
blow for blow detail.
So it wasn't memory alteration. It was just that these guys are fucking clueless. They have basically had a golden road paved for them, and they took them out because there's a lot of incongruities in the story. One is that they managed to walk into a highly secure area, managed to ambush also by himself, overpowered him.
Tanner was not around.
So there are a lot of incongruities.
I look at I stand up and I lean towards Rooster. It feels like an inside job. in low whisper. Then I turn around. I look at Vinny and Fabian.
Vinny seems quite angry after hearing all this. Like,
Why?
Real angry or pretend angry?
like real angry.
I say-
He punches the wall, and puts a little dent in it because obviously show that he's got potence, right? Then then he say,
Mm.
"This is ridiculous. It's an inside job. It's completely someone here is not to be trusted."
Just be careful, The minute you say this, all of us gonna think about it, Vinny.
Fabian chimes in. Either that, somebody wants to think that someone here, or wants us to think that someone here cannot be trusted.
Exactly. That's why I say, you open your mouth this way, you kena one big one. So you better think twice before you all say anything like this.
Do we know? Do we know Fabian?
You want to start a fucking war inside here?
Do we know what clan Fabian's from?
Fabian's also Buddha.
Okay.
But he is not. His bloodline is not directly linked to you.
You want to start a fucking war here, or you want to start another fucking war with the Swakao? Because this is what it fucking looks like right now, okay?
Fabian says, "Over."
Hello? So we all got surrounded by enemies. Inside, outside, we don't know who the fuck to trust. And then you just want to go and open your mouth like this? You open your mouth, you're the first fucking person I will say.
Then Vinny says, "But how are you gonna flush out the person? You also don't know what. If nobody knows that there's someone doing stupid things out there, then
I say, I smile, I say, hey Brian, are these two guys useful or not?
Not anymore to me.
I lean in for the four of them, I say, then let them come for him.
Vinny says, "If you're done with them, I'm quite hungry,
No. See who comes here and tries to wipe these two jokers off.
Reverse trap.
Fabian says, "Honestly, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like any of them are important at all."
Yeah, but if I want to start a war, then I just whack off two unimportant jokers lah.
There's a knock on the door, I guess. I guess I'll be done with my thing. And it's like a tuk tuk tuk.
Hey, scene change. What were you doing,
Okay.
So when this happened, Fong Xie had a sick feeling in the gut because she's like sort of like kept her wits around her to be able to survive all this time.
Yes.
And she was placing all the things together, like, the bodyguard's not around, Teresa's not around, Fi's not around. And then
the bodyguard's around. Tanner is around.
Tanner's around, right? But Tanner was not around when he passed away, right? When Uncle Hall passed away.
Yes, correct.
So she'll be basically going over to talk to the two men that was passed over to her, George and just George, right? It's just George. And then
George Ho, but yeah.
Okay, she walks out and kind of like she basically motions to she tells George that she'll meet him outside. She walks around a corner and then she sort of just once she's a little bit outside, she just melts into the environment. People sort of just don't really notice her as she walks off, like basically obfuscate. And
George doesn't know where you're going.
No, I said to George, I'll see you outside at Jackson's cab, basically. So Jackson's waiting for me down outside the road. So once we get over to the cab, right, kind of like the cab door just opens, nobody sort of sees me go in, and then I basically say to Jackson, like, hey Jack, you may want to put on the earphones. I hear that, there's some good music to be hearing right now. And then I kind of look meaningfully at his headset, and then Jackson just puts on a headset, and then I talk to George inside the car.
Okay, Ken?
Hey George.
George is
a ghoul, right? It's a retainer for For Richard, right? For
Yeah,
Brian,
it's
right?
Brian's retainer.
Retainer, right? Yeah. So basically, this is say like I need you to take a look for something, for someone. This might be something that's a little bit dangerous, but I trust that you can take care of things discreetly and protect people.
Can one, no problem.
Okay, so I passed Teresa's last known address because I was helping them relocate the last time, right? And like my last known, so the last confirmed address I have, and I'm give a call over to Teresa's number, the last number that I have.
You know that Teresa
Try to be private, right?
Teresa and her family live in Cluny Court.
Live in Cluny Court. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I basically give the number. I say I want to this is then I kind of like quickly write something on a piece of paper and I say this is an invitation over to Teresa. She is the granddaughter of Al Hall. You know who she is, right? Uncle Hall's granddaughter.
I think I see before. Got see before.
Then I see the photo, the one that ballet one last time. Then spoil the Amma spoil her rotten one. The one
You go overseas study, right?
go overseas study, then later got 2 kids one. Then later the husband, you
one,
know,
right?
the husband one kind one. Then I don't know where she is, and she's supposed to be here. Right now there's a lot of dangerous things happening. I don't know whether she's in any trouble or not. I want you to go over to her place. My friend Jackson here.
I ask you, do you know what happened to Uncle Hall? Everyone he being very quiet. Some people say heart attack. Some people say he cannot step. Which one is it?
Because he's a ghoul, right? And
Yeah.
then I say, you know lah, like sometimes if the blood works, there's no reason for people to suddenly go.
I see.
So whatever happened, it happened at this time. Whether it is a bad thing that happened to him or is nature, is heaven's will. Whatever happened is that sure now, even if nothing zibai happened to him, people are going to make a zibai out of it.
Time out. Case.
Yeah.
So whenever Shao says heaven's will, people drink. Does it happen in this game as well?
The drinking, right?
That's why I was sneakering.
Okay, drink.
Hey, you're lucky I'm not in the room. If I'm in the room, then I say, hey, don't kill them lah. Then I'm gonna drink again. How?
Yeah, then after that, he say, oh, then Nick says, oh, I got no choice. Drink.
Yeah. So
Okay,
so I say like anyway, I want you to go over to Cluny Court. The address is here. This is the phone number, and I call them already, but do they answer? Like Teresa?
No, there has been no answer.
I don't think anyone will answer. I want you to go there and
So I bring a few of the kakia.
some of those that can open door quietly one. So go inside there quietly, don't cause any trouble. If there's already people inside there, if she is gone, her 2 kids are gone, I want people who are good at looking around for stolen thing, look at a computer or phone missing one, check around the house. I want to know when they leave. Did they suddenly take their clothes or go everything?
This kind of thing, Sean very good at this kind of thing one.
Yeah, so if I think maybe she either gonna kidnap or gonna run. But then we cannot let people find out first. So you find out already, you report back to me, okay? So you go over there with a few of the trusted people, and if you have anything, you can call Brian, can call me also, okay?
Can, no problem.
Okay. Then later I kind of like open the door, let him out, and then let him do it, to the Cluny Court location. Then I say to Jackson, hey Jackson, music nice or not?
Quite good.
Quite good.
He looks nervous.
Hey. Yeah. Anyway, you heard any news about Gopal got new rival or not?
Gopal. I think Gopal a bit insecure lah. That's what I hear. So
why we never give enough fish head curry? Is it every year we meet annual, go and talk, then later his side pretend to look, our side pretend to look.
Nowadays cannot say this kind of thing. My daughter tell me what cancel culture. I tell you, they think you a bit racist only. Really don't want.
Is it? But really, it's like all the time we go and give ang pao, they give ang pao. Oh, okay. Anyway, maybe I all melded already. But why? Do you know anything about this Teresa or not? Don't know. You heard anything?
Wow, very long never see her already. What? I thought
Yeah.
your that one last time try to tian her one.
Yeah, they want try to pin everything on.
Your that friend, the very well dressed one last time tried to send her. You ask him, maybe he know.
If I follow that logic, then I have to ask half of Singapore already, Then later he will know where half of Singapore is because he try send half of Singapore already. That's why we only had. That's why our gang only west side to central, because he sent this is the amount of people he managed to send. The east side why he didn't manage to send. That's why our gang not so strong. Who blame him? He keep on pumping potents, not presents.
Okay. You all 厉害, you all 厉害. Okay, you all go and do your thing,
Yeah, but okay. Just can you something you help me stay outside, then later you see any kind of people around that see a bit suspicious one, let me know lah. But other than that, just enjoy the day. I'll when I want to go home that time, I'll tell you lah. But be
So
careful.
I go and drive elsewhere. You message me,
You drive around, stay safe. Because suddenly got a lot of people looking dangerous one, let me know, okay? Thanks.
So I wait your WhatsApps,
Yeah, correct. The WhatsApp and remember they say that in the morning when you wake up, must drink the lemon water will help cancer one. That's what they say. I don't know whether real or not. Okay, they want the WhatsApp tell me one.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe we just went to WhatsApp University. But since vampires are naturally boomers, right? I guess it works. Okay. So this is the point I go back into the place and then I knock on the door.
Okay.
Hey, Xiang A.
Then later it's like,
the guy outside says, 凤姐.
Open the door.
and I come inside, then I nod at people.
You're greeted by the giant lion head.
Yeah. Then I kind of like make sure my hat doesn't brush any of the expensive ritual items, also very dusty ritual items. And then I walk into the room and I say, hi. They're not at Eddie and Vinny. Then I kind of look at my brothers and no, them as well. I'm like,
I lean into Feng Jie and say, these guys are useless. These guys are useless. They are young punks. They have nothing to offer us.
Bomia, says Vinny.
yeah, okay. So what's the situation?
These guys walked into the shipyard, right? Took a $2,000 job from Facebook to kill Osok.
Mm-hmm.
They walked into the shipyard, jumped across the fence, as in climb over the fence, waited when Osok was in the toilet, then attacked him, and then they saw by climbing over the fence.
Oh, then what time was this?
Slow clap.
What time did this happen? Then like Feng Jie's voice, like a bit of rage begins to enter her voice as the famous Bruja temperament enters in. What time this happened? Like she's still even tempered, but I can sense a bit of the anger rising.
Who are you asking?
I'm kind of looking at probably one of the men, and I look and then because Feng Jie is stunning, right? So she smiles at the boy and says, "What time do you go in and kill and kill this person for $2,000? $2,000 too little. She have at least asked for 3,000." And she just smiles and she doesn't bother to turn on the all, but she just says that it's kind of like very insincere, basically. Like it's obvious to anyone.
He looks at you unsure about how to address you, but because of his NS recent thingy, right? He's like, ma'am, I think
What time?
we
10
were
o'clock.
told to go there at 2:47. So 47.
2:47. Okay, got it. Then I turn and I say,
The
Brian.
instructions very specific one.
Okay, can you pass me your phone and you still have the Facebook message? Can you let me see?
I take out the two sodden phones.
Can
Somebody.
open let me see or not?
No, as in it's wet, sodden, and cannot be open.
No, it can
Okay.
be open. It doesn't just turn on.
Yeah. Then I turn
Okay,
to
for
Brian.
all intents and purposes, they are both Samsung phones.
Okay,
They're
got it.
both what? They're both what?
Indestructible Samsung phones.
They are not very indestructible.
Okay lah. I basically say to both of them like I have a hunch that then I whisper quietly and kind of like get Eddie and Vinny to kind of form a wall, right? And then I say to the two of them like, I've sent George to go and look for Teresa. She's not here, and just now Susan Yi says that she expected her to come out. That means that in these 2 days, she's not been here, and she was one of Uncle Hall's favorite. That doesn't make sense. So I sent George to go and take a look. If she's in trouble or kidnapped or she's run off, George will take care of things and update you and me.
There's
But
also some. There's also
Vinny
some.
says that's assuming whatever it is that we are dealing with, George can handle.
So that's why I thought, Eddie and Vinny, do you want to go help out as well?
To look after Teresa, I don't think she wants to see me.
You sure about that?
I
I'm giving him my shit eater grin. You sure about that?
Look, if right now we have 3 things to wrap up, okay? This 2 is a distraction. Yes, they are the one who do the job, but who made them do the job? At 2:47, they go there. Right now, people plant this information, too easy for us to find. They want us to go and ask Tanner, hey, at 2:47, what you doing? Then you and me, both of us, our people, very easy go into a temple. If we go to the temple now, everything explode.
That's
And
exactly
then
what I said.
the only police person right now is Gopal. Gopal is a stressed out person who is here because he can't afford not to be here. But anything happen, I don't know. Right now, 3 of us, good thing is that nobody really cares about who we are. We can do our work and be in peace. We don't have to play mahjong. We don't have to go around entertain people. We don't have to sing karaoke, okay? So the 3 of us, we can do our thing. And I
Vinny
think
says, where you're going to go?
we need to talk to Tanner, but we need to not explode. So the person that I know here not very good. They're very good
I
at
have
not
a very
explode.
good question. Where is Fi?
Fi not here. We also need to find Fi. Teresa not here
Fi
also.
is not here
Okay?
on Uncle Hall's wake. What the hell is going on?
Maybe
I
Fi
look at Vinny. Have you been in
Yeah.
contact with Fi?
I haven't
We
seen
have-
Fi in a few months. You also
I
know
remember-
he
I
goes
remember
to sleep very often nowadays.
I remember 15 years ago, Uncle Hall tell us all this, that the people outside will come and take over one. And I think this is what's happening right now. All this thing, 1 thing, 2 thing, 3 thing, no such thing as coincidence. We're all being poked around, they're testing defense. But if we explode, they win. Very cheap, $2,000 per person. They ask, hey, boy, $2,000 per person or $2,000 total.
I don't think we should suspect anyone internal, and we should look outwards.
We look outwards. Even if it's someone internal, we just build alliance first. We just pretend nothing happened. If anything, we just beat each other up later. It's very normal. Okay? So
Like that.
right now, we need to make friend the Haising again. We need to make friend with everyone again, because if this is happening to us, it's happening to them as well. They may attack us because they gabra, because we know we're better. That's why we're us. But they may not be as good as us, and they may be poked to attack us. So we need to make friends with them quickly. We need to find Tanner, need to find Afai. We need to talk to the other gang people here. Need to remove all weaknesses and strengthen ourselves. Then we can.
Notice that Fabian is smiling to himself as all this is going on.
Yeah, Fabian got a good idea, is it? Do you have a good idea?
I'm just very impressed.
I look at Feng Jie. You want to talk to the Haising?
I tell you what, you talk to Tanner because you won't explode. I can talk to Haising because I am not Rooster. Because Rooster talk to Haising, usually the feast one. Then Rooster, you can handle Afai. How's that?
Okay, I tell you one more thing, just in case, if I am really plotting an attack, I was just saying, that the fastest way, to make sure that this thing really blows up like shit, you know what?
What?
These 2 fuckers are dead meat.
Yeah, they're
Vinny
expecting.
So we can drink?
They're expecting us to kill them, is it? Then we
No.
do their work for them.
No, we kill them and then we do their work for them. And then when they discover that these two guys are still alive, somebody is going to come and kill them.
Yeah. Why don't we just let them go? Then someone will come and kill them for us. Then we catch the guy. Let's catch and release.
You
You
see,
know they're dead anyway, lah. Can't we just fucking drink from them?
No, you see. Hey, hello,
Funeral lah.
Hey, Abang, you want to go and drink? There is plenty for you to go and drink out there. Okay?
And no need to kill. This one funeral 100 days, We cannot anyhow go kill people during this time. It's a respect for Horsuk also, okay? Okay, everyone please drink water. I try to spare life.
Okay. Drink!
Okay? This one is Horsuk. It's like, even if you don't respect them, must respect Horsuk for this, okay?
So, that's what I'm saying, that I can go and try and find Afai, but one more thing,
Question. We still uphold the Masquerade, right?
Yes. Okay.
Of
The
sorts, right?
Masquerade is of critical importance because even though you're not a part of the Camarilla, you don't want the powers that be to come crumbling down on you.
Yeah, crashing on us. So when Vinny and Fabian decides to leave, right? I look at the two guys and go, forget. So cloud memory allows me to make them forget about
When do you get cloud memory?
level 1.
Level 1 is cloud memory, yeah. Dominic has received this massive shot in the arm,
Oh yeah,
literally.
right. You're the one who dominate. Okay, fine.
It's also OP, man. He's been through
sure.
lah.
I've been through.
Went through OP.
Okay.
No
That's why he's designated to talk to Tanner, so he won't explode, you see.
Yeah.
Not like us, yeah.
The reason why I chose to through is because I like dominate, and
Okay.
yeah. So I said forget, and then they forget. We talked about eating them.
Okay.
More thing, Coffin, no faceplate.
Yeah lah, because he cannot jump.
Yeah, but he cannot jump, right? They deliberately target. These guys deliberately target disfiguring attack. Why?
Yeah. You tell me I'm angry already. I hear angry already. I open, I see, I sure explode.
I push the two of you out of the room.
People want us to explode, so we don't open, okay?
I
you and I know inside we don't want to see one.
Then I go.
I think there's something up. What happens if Horsuk and Afai have Zaonang already?
I was going to ask, actually, Brian, before you push me out, I said, Brian, I hold his hand. Do you know who is in charge of talking to the Angmo, the Simi Lila?
Simi
Lila?
The Simi Lila people.
It's Camarilla.
Oh.
Camarilla. And
why they very rich, but then they still only drive Camaro Rila.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, according to
don't exist in Singapore.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. It's an American only car, right? Yeah.
According to what I know, is R5 because he head of Kotorima, right? So
we got two possible thing lah. One is R5 Zhao take over, accept the Camarilla thing. Tanner also accept the Camarilla thing. Hosu also accept the Camarilla thing. Teresa also accept the Camarilla thing because he's part of their favorite mortal. All Zhao Lo, leave us here. We kill each other because we are the lawyer, stupid idiot who follow him. And then we'll fight the Heising and the double 9 for them. That's one version lah. That's how the Angmo will see it, right? Of course cannot be lah because we're very respectful people. This kind of thing will never happen one. Then then later she has a shit-eating grin. But in case it happen, I hope it doesn't happen. Right, Rooster, you also hope it don't happen, right?
Rooster, it is up to you to find out what happened to R5.
So in case anything go bad, we just get everyone go home first, then we beat everyone who remain behind. People who don't go home, we know who they are, we beat them up, okay?
Sure.
I already got this new trick already. I've been practicing my my new trick. Later I show you in case need to fight.
In case need to fight.
In case need to fight. Which means need to lah. Remember the time the fishery port? Wow, I really don't want to, but then the guy, wow, too much,
Hey, Nick, I want to ask
Yes.
you a question. How far did I manage to go with Teresa? As in, was it mutual?
As soon as they kind of started, Uncle Ho shot it down.
Okay, but was it somewhat mutual?
Not really lah. To be
Okay.
best.
Okay. As long as it, okay. Then I say, we go and find Afaya, find him at his home. We find him. I can go around asking people, try to see who's last seen Afai. But I strongly suspect Tanner's involved in it somehow.
Yeah, so that's why we separate job, okay, and all stay coordinated. Hey, Brian do the Tanner one, Rooster do the R5 one, then I go and do the talking to other gang and entertain guests.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so everyone coordinate time, let's go. Good luck. Let's hope that we don't eat anyone today that we didn't intend to eat.
Okay,
The
since
shit
you're
house of
speaking up,
secret.
I will handle your one by one.
Okay.
We'll go clockwise, so we'll start with Rooster.
Okay, I'll hit the washroom first, be right back.
Okay, Rooster don't really have much of an idea of how to find Afai. He's gonna try and reach out to the clan, the guests and all that, right? And more importantly, right, just try to find out, get a sense of who was the last person to see him. Who was the last person?
You know that Afai has several havens throughout the city. As you know, it's very normal for someone like him, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, except that first of all, I don't really want to go visit his havens because if somebody's tailing us and somebody's trying to hit Afai, that's a freaking good way of trying to take him out. So what I'll do is I'll try to see if anyone has actually seen him recently. If not, then worst comes to worst, right? I will tell the sneaky one that she can redivert to stake out the place, and I can start talking to the guests.
Okay, this is a fairly easy task. Let me know exactly what you want out of this.
Last time that R5 was seen in public, last person to see him. And if it's before 2 weeks ago,
what's your end game here?
my end game here, establish a timeline.
Okay. Do you have investigation?
No, I have streetwise at best. So
Streetwise works.
because this is the
wits with streetwise.
okay. I assume our hunger is 1.
Yes.
Rich is 4. It's
M.R5, your first one is your die pool, second one is the hunger dice, and the third one is the difficulty.
What's the difficulty?
Now you all know why I reroll my dice.
Yes.
What's the difficulty, bro? Nick, what's the difficulty?
Your difficulty is 2.
Okay.
Oh, failure.
You fail. Oh my god.
Yeah, I have got 2 dice and 2 dice. I mean, it's normal average, but
yeah.
Oh, good.
You pull out some dead ends.
Okay.
After the next 3 to 4 hours, talking to some people in the immediate vicinity.
Once I start getting the dead end, I'll start telling the other 2 I'm going to go and find Alpha in the islands. Unless you guys want me to take the stealthy approach, have someone to countertail me.
I have. How many of my retainers went with went to look for Teresa?
So we are
3 hours ahead already.
Case is now at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest are right now at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, I'm back.
Should we jump to someone else? Then we reach when we reach the 4 a.m. then we can decide.
So now we go to Brian.
Okay. Head up to Tanner.
Okay. Tanner
Yo.
is greeting the guest, and he comes over to you.
I said, hey, brother, can I
Yeah.
have a word with you?
Yes, of course. What happened?
Don't know. I somewhere quiet.
Okay.
I bring
We
him
go
to
outside smoke.
yeah, sure. I just I'll blush of life and smoke with him. And it's like,
Okay.
hey, bro,
Yeah.
we caught two of the fuckers that off Hosok.
Yeah, I know that one. The rooster do one what?
No. He said that they managed to climb into the shipyard.
Yeah, that night I wasn't with her, so you also know he sometimes want to do his own thing.
At least somebody must be on duty, right?
I was supposed to be on duty.
Then who do you pass to?
He wanted to go alone. Yeah, I was on duty that night. He asked me to go and look for Five to do something. Then after that, I just went to deliver something to Five address only. What?
You saw Five.
I did not see Five. I left it outside the mailbox. His house looks terrible now. Like no one has been there for months.
You haven't seen Five for months.
I don't think Hosso has seen Five for quite a long time already. At least also 1-2 months.
Hey, Hosok has been very close to Five. You know that, right?
Of course, we all also know that what. But sometimes they want to do their secret business. Also, I cannot ask also what.
I know you cannot ask. But brother, at least have somebody tell Hosok, right?
Anyway, it wasn't
Anyway,
very far away because that night also wanted to go and inspect the thing at Keppel what. So I just took a short drive over to Oxley only. That's where 5-7 is what.
who was the other brothers in Keppel? Supposed to be there one.
Keppel not under you, meh?
Not under me, bro. I never deal with Keppel one.
Keppel is either you or Vinny only what.
Vinny. Okay.
But you also know Vinny also don't really do the things he do for Keppel. Very minor one. I thought this kind of thing you should know what.
Hello, bro. Keppel not my territory, you know.
Then
I
Rooster,
only Roosters. Roosters is Jujet, right? Oh no, that's
It's
that's
me.
yes. Roosters one. I can't remember Rooster. Rooster where?
Case Rooster is smuggling also, right?
No, Rooster does the fight clubs. He does
Oh,
the illegal numbers racket for
okay.
the illegal fighting.
Yeah.
Not Rooster also. I remember Rooster don't deal with Keppel.
So you and Vinny only what?
I don't do that. My I bring in hostesses, not drugs. So I don't need to go through that channel. I actually go through Changi instead. So Vinny,
Nobody knows. This is mysterious.
I was like, seriously, man, Vinny, man, too obvious, what? Cannot be lah. What? But you said Vinny never do much in Keppel.
Yeah, also not a lot one. His business not really in that what.
Whose business primarily deals in Keppel? Not me, I tell you first, my one is through Changi,
You also know Uncle Ho also very long don't want to do drugs already.
Who in my side deal with drugs?
That guy lah, the one who go to nightclub try to sell drugs on.
Low
Yes.
one.
Feng Jie's voice. The Gangnam lah, always go to your club and then try to sell things. You say don't sell, then later you still want to sell.
Allow. Allow.
Lao?
This one is the anyhow finger problem.
Yes,
Like,
you're
yeah,
creating
lah.
characters I have never heard of before.
Yeah. Yeah. He won Lampapa lah, one, you know. LPPL.
Never mind.
You see, go
Really
explain.
anyhow, yeah.
Okay, don't worry. Okay. I know. Hey, brother, I brother with you for so long. I take care of you. Okay. Let me go and find out who is in charge of capital. Okay.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. I
You
walk off.
think he thought who confirm?
Yeah. Correct. Lor. You need to find out who in charge of. I head
Yeah.
off. I
And
actually.
he says he owes you for a moment and says, but you also know Five got a lot of houses. It's just that night I delivered to the Oxley one. It's just nothing to do with me. Please, you need to believe me.
I know. I look at him. Yeah. It's like, move towards. There are couple of. I'm sure that there are. Horsok got a couple of elders that he consults, right? Of
There are only, aside from our five, there's only one other person in the clan older than him.
and that is.
And that's the red butterfly.
Oh,
But
okay.
she has not been seen in a really long time.
So, does the Horsok has a lieutenant that helps do other stuff?
Tanner,
Tanner.
So, in order to summon the red butterfly, right, we need to have fireworks that are green, black, and blue. and start the chant.
I'm
your
a little butterfly.
Fuck. Why you're like
It's like, as I walk off, I head towards I go and look for Vinny.
okay. Vinny is trying to be around his boys lah.
I just try to interject. Hey, Vinny. Hey, do you know who is in charge of Keppel?
Keppel not under us what?
Huh?
Keppel
Keppel not under. Why is it not under us?
I mean, it's our territory. The businesses answer to us. But you also know that most of the things that are relevant to what we do is the trafficking, which we don't directly do. What?
Yeah, I know, but I want to know who is the one that is in charge in Keppel. Obviously not one of us lah. Who is the Tao lah? Who is directly answerable to Horsok?
Directly answerable to also is. I mean, we are only supposed to watch to make sure everything is going fine. What? You also know your friend do business down there. What? That what the T or whatever his name is, right?
My friend, Tuati, Wanti.
The big sky or what?
Big Sky.
Some guy lah.
The Swakao guy lah.
First and foremost, he not my friend.
You know what I mean lah.
Second of all, but this guy,
You also know he brings in a lot of his shipments from Keppel. What?
I know. I didn't know that also is still interested in that business.
Also, is not interested in the business. We haven't done that, but it's just that it's one of the avenues. I think also takes money from him to get it through. What I know it because I do the collecting.
You do the collecting,
Yeah. Last time you also got do what?
Yeah, I know. Last time I got do, but I also pass it to somebody else already.
Yeah, somebody else is me lah.
Pass to you. Then you do the collecting. Why also is there?
You cannot go and what
No.
also people
I
man.
know. I can magic Need to find out lor. Never mind. I go and talk to other people that are close to Hoso.
Hey, keep me informed,
Yeah. Sure. Move on. Move away. Is Blue Sky in here?
Who?
Is Blue Sky
No,
here?
he is not here.
Okay, never mind.
Big Sky.
Big Sky. Oh yeah, sorry. Big Sky. Tua T. Anyway,
Tua key.
当白当来种地。
do you want to pass the? I will pass the scene to Feng Jie.
Okay, so you are fast forwarding to 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'll just go around. Okay, what I'm trying to do is my objective is to find out other than Tua T, right, or Big Sky, right, who else is involved in Keppel?
Okay,
It's just like just through a streetwise or
you have investigation?
I don't have, but I have streetwise.
Okay, then again, make me a week plus streetwise.
Sure. I assume it's difficulty 2 as well.
Yes.
How we explode like that if we roll? How we blood come out 那个红色的东西。
You make a
The
search.
hunger dice?
Got hunger dice. Got hunger dice or not? Yes. No.
Yes.
Satu.
Satu hunger dice.
Yes. It's always with hunger dice.
I succeed.
Okay, so you know Keppel is largely these days, right? It has become a bit of a struggle because the Camarilla is also trying to get in on it.
Okay.
This is by you messaging random people, right? But generally, a lot of different factions use it as for things going in and out, right? And yeah, that should answer your question.
Yeah, that answers my question, and that's highly suspicious because if Hosso was to go to a contested territory, he will never let.
My suspicion of our character is that Teresa gonna kidnap and then put there and then he go there This kind of asshole shit one.
I have
it's like Feng Jie's psychic voice. The
Yeah.
voice.
Okay, so Ryan is now at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. So Feng Jie.
Alright, so I'm kind of like entertaining guests and kind of like moving around discreetly, kind of like using my like essentially it's kind of a I think I'll go over and prioritize etiquette, talking to people.
Sapsai has a very annoyed face as you walk by the mahjong table.
Sapsai, nobody play you, is it?
He look at you. Must be you. You come only tonight. I haven't even managed to win a single round.
That means that if we bring bad luck, then I look at her and I say, maybe go home, sleep early tonight lah. Then luck tomorrow get better, right?
Tell you bad luck, bad luck.
Hey, got anyone come here before? You got good luck or not? Any angmo come or not?
No lah, but that Teresa last time always very lucky one.
Yeah,
very
I cannot.
Good, I tell you.
Got see Teresa recently or not? I thought I also her two children very very good at luck one lah.
I thought she do business with you one.
The business nowadays I do is like, I also don't know. I let a lot of other people do already. I doing other thing but
She settle your books, right? That one you all know one.
yeah, like yeah. Then like Feng Jie looks up for a while and looks down and says, basically I take out like some, I kind of like sit down and I play. I say like, like two people can't play mahjong, right? So I just basically
No, she has a full table, of course. She just
full table, right? Okay. Then I say, I tell you what, okay, I stand here and hopefully you get better luck, okay? Then I show that it's not my bad luck, okay?
she's on the level that she can talk to you, right? And like autopilot mahjong at the same time.
Is she playing Cantonese rules or what?
She's playing the standard Singaporean.
Okay. So don't have the certain seat got advantage one.
No, don't have.
Okay, not that one. Right? Okay.
That one have fears, that one is scary.
As soon as she starts again, then you see she immediately she managed to draw, and then her rooster catches the centipede.
Not bad, right?
Well, I tell you, that's why you have a lot of kai power.
What to do? This kind of line, if no kai power, then later I might as well don't do this line already. I go and fry youtiao again. You think I like to do this kind of thing, man? No, it's because got demand, then we do. Anyway, you see, then as I'm I kind of like emulate a bit of a focus, and as I'm talking to her, I kind of let my very surreptitiously just fade in sort of the background, kind of using my stealth obfuscate. Not like I'm hiding, but more like I'm just a person talking to a thing. And I kind of look around and I kind of trying to make an appraiser check, kind of use a kind of a streetwise check if possible.
Yes.
To
what do you
see the
what's your
of
again,
various gangs. So there's three things I'm scanning for. One is the players here. So I know that Gopal is the police presence, but I want to know the double nines and the Hai Sing and everyone else. Right? It's like, who did they
Yes.
send here? Is it middle? Is it lieutenants? Is it basically
they are all alcohol level.
alcohol level? Okay, got it. So
okay, even though the middle management work against each other, right? The bosses know each other.
Okay, got it. Then the way that they're here, do I know that the other gangs do they also have they also do 他们也是有鬼的吗？还是他们全部是人的？All human or got ghosts like us, got devils?
From what you all know, you know that there are ghosts in the Swakao.
Okay.
But you cannot tell much about the rest of them.
Okay. Then our ancestral rival, friend, enemy, frenemy, the Guiren, right? The are they here? The Catayans, the Guijin, any representatives?
The Catayans are involved in the Swakao.
Okay, got it.
In fact, one of the things that Fai has told you before is that the Swakao are very, very purist.
Have very what? Purist, is it? Like no. Okay, got it. And they are here, right? Swakao are here, right? Swakao got representatives here.
Make me check.
Awareness, streetwise.
This one is something that I never quite intended to touch onto this, but it's
politics
part
as well.
Background, yes. Politics. Politics or occult also can.
Okay. Can I? What is it? Intelligence or is it composure? Or what's your
intelligence or wit? Intelligence or wit will both give you different kinds of information.
So it's my dice full plus 1 hunger die, right? So it's total of X plus 1D lah. Okay, got it. Let me roll.
Yeah. XD the amount.
XD. LSD. So it's what's the difficulty? Oh, wait, I need to roll. How do I use the vampire dice? The
hunger dice.
Oh, the hunger dice is what's the syntax? Rich.
Okay, it's M.R5.
M.R5
space your die pool.
Okay, so then
space the hunger die, which is 1.
Okay.
Then space the difficulty.
Okay, got it. So difficulty is 2, right, Nick?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Let's see what this one goes. Okay. So it's failure, is it? Okay, 1 hunger dice.
Failure.
Okay. Failure, so I don't succeed. Yeah.
And he has a 1 in the hunger die.
Angry.
You're quite irritated.
Okay, got it. So I go up. Hunger is 2 now, right?
You all you know is that the Swakao have supernatural influence. That's all you know.
All right. So there's Swakao here. Is there also the so which gangs are here? Swakao.
The Swakao are here. The Haising are here.
Okay.
The 18 Dragons are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go over and kind of like as a woman, I have to be visible and be unthreatening and cannot talk to people directly. So I will smile at the Swakao first in the kind of like the hi, I acknowledge you, and then I will basically deal with the lower ranking people in a more perfunctory manner of the other gangs before talking to the Swakao so they can see me coming a mile off so they don't feel threatened by my presence. Wow, this etiquette game, okay? So I'm going to go to the high sing, go to everyone so that like don't be threatened by this person, this lowly peon.
Which is the one of you all specs are?
Me.
Okay, then never mind. Go on.
Surprising.
Yeah. Correct. So I just
See
basically
the
kind of like go around, I move around and I kind of my irritation is perhaps obvious to people who are aware of such things due to my hunger and perhaps a little age. My mind is still thinking about what Fabian meant. It's kind of like gnawing over like smart. Is it like like the are you trying to say that what am I stupid? Like or like what do you mean by smart, surprising? So that probably comes into the hunger as well in Feng Jie's mind. That's probably throwing off a bit of focus. She perfunctory kind of like talks to people, etc. But she's zeroing in on talking to the Swakao people. So I think we can kind of focus there. I go over to a Swakao representative and then I just fortune die. I talk to one person that I think looks more Taiwan. Then I go to one of the uncles, I guess.
Okay, you go to one of the Swakao uncles.
Yeah.
You find the one-eyed dragon.
Okay, got it. Then usually what's the nomenclature we use in the Jianghu for him? Is it like Uncle Dragon? Is it like is it one eye? What's his preferred?
He actually has an eye patch. He's an old guy about in his 70s. He is of course surrounded by his men and women lah.
Okay, got it. I walk over there and then I kind of like I sort of turn on the awe as I walk over, but kind of. And because like she's actually wearing quite high heels and she's kind of doing the trick of cat's grace plus high heels, so she walks immaculately in really high heels and kind of like using my the basic level 1 Toreador ability. Buy celerity for rapid prices, nah, who wants that? It gets cat grace for high heels. Okay, so she walks over and kind of like
I was questioning your cat's grace, but now I know.
Please, okay, I can even silence or death and walk in high heels in perfect with making no clack clack sound through a Zen rock garden. Okay, I've thought of my Feng Jie appearance powers very strongly. Okay, okay, so I walk over and but in this case I'm not using silence or death because I want to be heard and to be seen so that I'm not a threat.
Don't forget that you're on the edge.
Yeah, I'm on the edge. So I'm not kind of like using any powers. I'm using only the free powers, right? And I'm kind of like just walking towards. Maybe my posture is a bit stalking, so the there's a bit of like maybe it leaves a bit of unnatural kind of feeling towards to people as I walk forward. And I over there like hello uncle. Thank you for visiting us and being with us in this hour of need.
He looks at you, Feng Jie. You come and talk to me.
Of course, it's like I think whatever situations have occurred, I think it is very important for all acquaintances. So I also speak in Hokkien. Like it's important for all friends to renew friendships, even if it means.
You come here today is to give Uncle horses. The things you do in Juchet, things you do in Geylang, are still very problematic. You know this, right?
Yes. And there are things that are perhaps also problematic to all of us as well. On the big picture, yes.
What do you want?
I want to. Then, like, she looks and says, now that Uncle Hall isn't here.
That's exactly why we are here. We're curious. Who are you going to take? Who are you going to put take his place?
Uncle Hall has many very able and loyal
Anna
subordinates.
Chan, is it? No experience.
So like I kind of like look at him and kind of like try to sense like, does he look pale and like us a corpse, or does he look like
No, it's
he
not.
is?
It's just a mortal.
Okay. I say like I also check my phone at this point in time, kind of like the camera angle switch over. Like, has George basically replied? No, right? George, no updates, right?
George tells you that there's nobody at Khan.
Okay, does it look like it's been abandoned? Nobody around for a long time? This is middle of night, it's quite odd. Or mother and two.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay, got it.
You are doing it on George's behalf.
Okay, got it. George, can George have sent a guy who is good at this?
Let's assume. So yeah.
Please take advantage.
What's this
Please
advantage?
keep it.
Go with the
It's okay. Okay. Yeah.
I think George's surname should be Lam.
Okay, got it. So Josh Lam. So Josh Lam got 2 successes, I think. One crit, 8.
Oh, you have crit, is it?
Yeah, 10, 8, 5, yeah.
George tells you. George also messages to you. So his
To Brian and me, right? Yeah.
his text goes, Teresa not in Unicorn. Sean went through her computer. Teresa hasn't been at work this week.
Okay. Then I asked,
then the next line is what really gets you. The children have not been in school this week.
Okay. The update also goes over to Brian as well, right? Because I asked him to update Brian also.
Yeah. So
Brian gets. Okay, got it. So Brian, please, thanks for CC the arrow CC to you. Okay, thank you. I handle the other corporation first. Yeah. I say okay.
The Francis of CC.
Yes, the Francis of CC. I say, well, we are now not going to. Of course, we'll have people handling this matter, but I would like to talk to you and
I
ask.
think at this point you should be quite teetering on the brink after the.
Yeah, correct. So I kind of like, as I say that, kind of like just a snarl comes out and says, "I don't want to talk to you." I kind of like probably just comes out very very naturally. It's like, let's Hosso has power because he's always been ably protected. Don't talk to me like you are at my level. I want to talk to somebody on my level. Yeah, basically I break all etiquette and I say that straight away to Uncle Dragon.
He slams his hand against the table, and he very instinctively grabs one of the bottles, right? And then he just breaks it, and then a crowd begins to form. Some of his men are like, hey, please don't, not today.
Does Rooster see this?
Yes.
Does Brian see this?
Brian is yes. You're both low. Rooster is not there, right?
Rooster
didn't
went.
leave what? Rooster
I
hasn't
thought you
left
went
yet.
to I thought you went for the.
Okay, yes, correct. So you're both here. Yes.
I'm not. I haven't left yet. I said after, if I didn't get the thing I wanted after the first round, then I will leave. So this is before 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
be
Rooster,
careful. Bottle break already, still can repair. Other things break, cannot repair. The voice just carries out the line carries out through everyone.
Can I?
A brawl is going to break out unless you stop it.
Okay.
I am standing in between. Am I able to get close in time without breaking the Masquerade?
So yeah, there was no celerity lah. Yes, because the funeral hall is not that large.
Okay, so I'm standing.
Or you could go in, or you could buy time by doing the
Yeah. So my aim is to not fight, right? Believe it or not, stand in between one-eyed dragon and
The dragon and the phoenix.
the phoenix.
Yeah.
In between the dragon and the phoenix is the rooster.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So I just stand between them and go, whatever we want to talk, let's talk when this he indicates all this thing is over. Right now we are in the middle of a funeral. Can? Okay not?
And the bestial, just gonna RP the bestial hunger, and then Feng Jie steps back and says, "Yes, better not make it two." Then she walks off and stalks away.
The
I
one
walk,
dragon says, one dragon looks at Rooster and says, "You tell that woman she want whenever, just pick the time, pick the place."
Settle, okay? You pick time, pick place, we'll settle it. But not right now, okay?
Make
Persuasion?
persuasion.
My lordship comes in handy.
Oh, you're talking to low clan friends, is it?
No.
Or the Mannerless one?
Yeah, Menelaus.
Yes, I made a last one.
The Menelaus one is good, man. Persuasion is what, composure or charisma?
At this point, it's supposed to be composure.
Composure? Yeah, my composure is much better. I 3 plus.
Because you have all your anti-frenzy defense, right?
Yeah. And persuasion is 4 dice. Does good looking help?
Ling Zai power, is it?
Lang Zai power.
Lang Zai power.
I'm assembling.
What's I?
Ooh,
Yeah, keep it. What's I mode?
How many dice are you rolling?
Huh?
How many dice are you rolling?
5.
Then no model lah.
The half rule.
Half rule, is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
then
it works out. So I just... you know,
Yes.
I say, bro,
Yep.
you know if it comes down to a fight, what was going to happen? Huh? That's not... we are here to talk. Okay? Sometimes tempers are a bit straight today, So please... I take out a cigarette from my pocket, right? And I do the go outside... the flicker of the lighter, right? I stick it in there and say, Sempona, this one. Deluxe grade.
The white dragon looks at you. Today, I'm very offended.
Zai.
I tell you,
Zaya, you want to
better do
settle?
something.
Zaya.
Better settle this. Today we give you all until the end of the funeral. After that, I cannot guarantee. And after that, he rounds up his men. Like, let's go. Don't stay here already.
As this conversation as this conversation was going on, Brian is appeasing the rest of the crowd. He just like exudes his
Yes, I get it.
charm and just
The
say
true
nothing to see.
Okay,
Nothing to see.
This is an opportunity. I wanted to see. Is this guy trying to find trouble?
Who, Uncle, the one-eyed dragon?
One-eyed dragon.
He's not. He doesn't have a very high opinion of you.
Understood.
Yeah, so that tells us a lot of things already, actually.
We're getting eaten.
Yeah.
Okay, can.
Now, basically, just testing the voucher on the side, see whether it can poke or not, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I heading down to Feng Jie, right, and I pull him aside and say, so Allah has not been, sorry, not Allah. Afai has not been around for coming close to a week.
Yes.
Months maybe.
Then
So-
I pass the phone and pass over to him. See, Teresa also gone. The kids also gone. Well, being the some people, I think, knowing Hosuk, he probably tried to help her. I think whoever we're looking for took her away to Keppel, and that's why he went there alone. Because
I
he don't
think-
want the shame to fall to other people.
I think he zao now.
I don't think he's Lang. I think he kana. Maybe inside there. Maybe inside there it's not him.
I'm going to consolidate your leads for you right now. You know the incident happened at Keppel. So there's already something at Keppel. You know that Tanner has last seen Phi at his Oxley Haven. And you know Teresa is not anywhere in her home.
We need to find Teresa. We need to find Phi. And we need to
You-
find out what happened at Keppel. We need to go to Keppel and find out what happened there.
Nick, I think we should say Tanner did not see
He
Phi,
dropped
but
off something for Phi, but he did not see Phi.
see Phi, yeah.
And we haven't
Okay.
talked to Gopo yet, actually.
There
like
is-
the
one-
rat may be useful.
There's one very easy way to find out whether Phi is there. You go down to his house, you see whether the thing. If the thing is not there, then let's start going in and finding out already, because this is fucked up.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to Gopo before we do that, just to make sure we don't lose out on the police lead. We get a police ally on the death scene, or I think no need to talk to the silo.
I think don't need to talk until we need to talk. Let's just
Okay,
put it that way,
can.
right?
Let's just go to Phi's house. Can I make along the way? Can I drink some of my blood bags to reduce my temper a little bit? Can I do a feat, or should we just rush?
Yes, you can do a feat.
Okay, so I roll a feat. I roll my feet roll.
All the way down to the Afai's house, right? I'm giving Feng Jie absolute shit for losing her temper. Walao eh, I tell you, these old people these days, they like to talk.
How are you all going to fight?
I will drive.
I'll get Jackson's help to drive there as my backup vehicle, but I'll go along with the rest of the crew. Unless we can't the infamous Tremere and the one that the Tremeres are not good against, ward against car bomb. Okay, in case we all kena car bomb at the same time, because this is a Johnny To movie. It might happen.
I drive.
Yeah,
and I
also say, hey, you have a safety car. See if you can get someone to countertail us, because I strongly suspect that we might be followed.
Yeah.
I look at Feng Jie. You have a
I
somebody?
get Jackson to counter to tail us to tail the tailors. Yeah.
Okay.
The tailors.
What's the difficulty for feeding? There's no difficulty threshold, right? Just see what number you get, is it?
Yeah.
Is there hunger for feeding roll? For hunger for feeding? I'm very hungry, so I may explode when drinking, or is it just a pure roll?
Yeah, so you do have a hunger for hunt
yes.
roll. Yeah. There's a feed roll, but your feed roll also gets affected by hunger.
Yes.
So for things like bestial failure, so the hungrier you get, the worse you makan.
Basically, the more you fuck up the thing you're drinking from.
So what's the difficulty for that? No difficulty, right? I just put, what do I put for the syntax? 1, is it?
Yeah, just put 1.
Yeah, let's put 1.
You get 1 hunger when you're done. You get 2.
Okay.
Depending on what you're using, right? So blood bags only restore 1 anyway, regardless.
Is our stream running fine?
Yeah.
Okay,
our
got
stream
it.
is running.
It's very weird. Sure.
No, it's fine. Your sound in particular is cutting in and out. But I've been dynamically adjusting it.
Okay, I ain't gulleted myself.
I
Iron gullet.
Yeah,
Sounds like a martial art.
Whoa. Yeah. Then I say I wanted to talk over to the. I know that the Swaka are being backed by the Quiran. They're looking at us. I think either somebody upstairs has already defected to the Gangland Lila, and so the Swakao. The rumors is that it's the Quiran who's backing them as well. Maybe the Quiran are looking and seeing whether we'll either get makan by the the Simi Lila or by the Quiran. We're in the middle right now.
So there are only a couple of options for us. One is we zao all together. The other one is
I grab Uncle Dragon's head and then put it in the car, then close the car door many times. Then we repeat until all of them are dead. Then we take over lah.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
I like the way you think.
Okay. Afai's Oxley safe house being on Oxley Road. It's not very far.
Oh no! In Oxley Bishop, is it? It's a
No,
this one is Labyrinth Oxley
not
Bishop. Okay.
not that Oxley. I for the longest reason, I for the longest time never figured out why Oxley Bishop is nowhere
It's
near.
called Oxley, right? Yeah, it's not
Yes.
called this one is instead the one that is near Muhammad Sultan, right? But I scared,
It's
later
because it's owned by Oxley Holdings.
I think guys, wait. I think I know why why Horsok died. His dark secret is actually a Toreador ghoul. This is the annual purge of the Toreadors. Okay. It has happened again, gentlemen.
No. The Chinese warlock poetry. He recited Chinese warlock poetry. But
Alright.
I need to go and share the Chinese wallet poetry. That's some awesome shit, man.
You head to not just off Oxley Road, on Oxley Rise itself. That's one of our 5 safe houses. It's a bungalow. But tonight, as you arrive, see that its garden has been extremely overrun.
Okay.
Check the spot where
Hold
the
on.
parcel was dropped.
That locals would haunted it and it is haunted, which is probably exactly the way where I wanted it, at least on the outside.
Yes. We are checking out for the puzzle that Tanner has.
You can see an example of it behind my on my background.
Okay. I look at it. Let's look out for the puzzle that Tanner has placed for R5.
The puzzle is still there.
Okay, so I take the parcel, I look at it, I shake it a bit, I listen. Is there a ticking sound? Tick 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 tick.
This is the famous what against car bomb. So what against bombs?
There is a ticking sound.
I say, hey, this one no joke, no. We seriously got ticking sound. No?
But from your experience with bombs,
I have no experience with bombs. I mean, like, what the fuck would I have experience with bombs?
I think it means our clan weakness, our explosive tempers. Yeah.
Okay. Or with potence, I have the bomb and I win all ties.
Or is this some kind of weird flex? Was Song Zong can he send a clock to tell someone they're dying?
Actually, that may be, I think
so, Yeah, it's a Song Zong, yeah, or maybe send shoes, this kind of things. This kind of asshole shit.
I said, open it.
I open it. I have no regard for personal privacy.
Well, you cannot say it on stream,
No. My character has no regard for personal privacy. My character is not GDPR compliant. No.
You got a lawyer up here, okay?
You open it.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Hor's Rolex.
I see.
What's the date of the thing?
The date of the what?
The package. When was it sent?
The package.
It was literally dropped off 2 nights ago.
Okay, lor.
By Tanner. I mean, not like y'all would know, because there's no indication of it.
Because Tanner was told to send something to people, right?
Yes.
To Uncle. And it's okay. Oh, all right. Is the clock still working in this, right? Because that's why it's ticking.
Yep.
Go in and have a look. I look at it. Go in and have a look.
I wear Uncle Hor's Rolex.
Okay. Okay, weird flex.
It's a Rolex, what?
True. Maybe Uncle Hall got here selling prawn noodles. Okay, this is the Rolex that he used to prawn noodle all the way here.
Okay,
and I plus Rolex.
Yeah, I pick up like I kind of like just like move and then I look around and then Jackson, is there anybody following us? Every time I say Jackson, I think of Wang Yibo because that's Jackson, right? So like somehow like Wang Yibo is our tail driver now.
Jackson is a bit
no, yeah, right.
He's close enough.
Okay. Did anyone tail us?
No,
nobody.
You only see the cars that you all decided to bring along.
Okay, I start. I lead the charge in.
Okay.
Rolex first.
Right. Don't spoil Rolex. You may have superficial damage resistance, but not Rolex.
You notice that the interior, however, does not match its exterior facade. R5 has always had a penchant for traditional Chinese decor, and also has a taste for some collector items. mixed with a tinge of Peranakan.
Okay.
As though to add to the effect, some Bornean shrunken heads are on display on the outside as well to up the spookiness.
Okay, I'm heading for the door, right? And as I'm walking along the way, right, I am looking at the floor and the shoes in particular, see if there's a layer of dust or dirt on it.
There have been people here not too long.
I raise my hand. Oh wait, no, this hand, because it's the one with the Rolex.
Sure.
I raise it and say,
I say like, I kind of like say, all right, then I do my thing. I'm going to unseen presence, unseen passage, and be the forward scout for all of you. Is that okay?
Yep. We know that's your.
Yeah, I will silence or death and unseen passage. Silence or death is free. So anyway, a rouse check. How do I make a rouse check for the dice board?
you roll 1d6. Just roll 1d10. If it's a 6 and above, you retain your hunger. If it's less than 6.
Okay.
For the dice board?
On the dice board, I roll a 7, so I retain my hunger. My hunger is 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get hungrier from going invisible. Okay, I basically enter the like that. Okay, I do this. A long time no do this already. So I do this. I walk around. They say, "I'm not here. I'm not here." So anyone? Yeah, I'll move in front of them and kind of like keep a lookout for things.
You open the door just very slightly and you enter. It's darkness within. Would you like to turn the lights on?
I look left, look right. Then it's absolute pitch darkness, is it?
Yes, absolute pitch darkness. Only the moonlight.
Okay.
Coming
Is there a
out.
sense of anything that we can catch on our nose? Any hearing? Any coppery smell, like the sweet smell of blood?
Yeah, make yes. Make me a check.
Awareness, is it? 来了，
来了。
几百笑了。
Are all of you doing it, or is it only
Let's
the
all
person
do
inside?
together.
Here?
I'm like, open the door.
Feng Jie went in first, so we're waiting for her.
Yeah, so it's only
signal.
Feng Jie.
Yeah, it's only Feng Jie for now.
Got it. 4 plus 1, 5. 11, 1, 1. What's the difficulty?
Your difficulty is 3.
3. Okay, got it. All right. Ooh, wow. Explode everything. Messy critical. 10, 10, 10, 10, 7. 10, 10, 10, 10.
You quite easily spot a blood trail that was actually attempted to be hidden.
Okay, got it. I sniff and I don't detect anything else, like any kind of like other smells in the room with my bloody messy critical.
No.
Okay, then I turn and I say like I kind of like turn the light on, and then I basically move forward.
As you go closer, and as you go towards the central area of the bungalow itself, right in the middle where the staircase normally is, you also catch very vague accents of human feces.
I want to shed their pants here. Okay. I will not turn on the lights, I think, actually, now that I smell the human shit. I'm going to basically move back over to the team, right? And then I kind of like just say, it's a bit weird because like you can hear me, but like, your mind is telling yourself, don't hear him, don't hear her. So it's like, hello, hello, hello. And then only at the third hello, the echo, it comes over. It says, there's somebody tried to hide a beating or killing inside. There's also a smell I can catch of somebody probably beaten until they crap themselves. I can't be too sure on that, but let's go in. It's totally dark. Would you like me to turn on the light to make it easier for us to see?
I say, Feng Jie, let me do it. You stay hidden. I tank.
Okay, I kind of like snark. I kind of my canines are very long because I got a messy critical, right?
Oh
So
my god, are you doing party order in Vampire?
yeah, then I say like be careful of the Tremere, the Levin boat. We all stand one line, all kana. Wrong game. Okay. So we stand in circle. Then the path of the Lure of Flames will also kana us all. GG.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then the path of the magical missile. Like,
Magical missile.
Yeah. Then they say you save or die because fucking one wind saber come out. Chill or the wind
yeah.
saber.
Dude. Pink.
Oh,
Okay,
then
anyway.
Richard, I cannot play Tremere. Stop talking about this. Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting. I'm moving in, right? And I just flick on the light and I say, "Hello, Paiso,
Bye.
Paiso,
Uh,
5 core, right? We all
Paiso."
calling.
He's if
as
he's
you
Five year already, 5 gong already.
five,
as you
okay lah.
enter the central staircase area, now you can make me a hearing check.
Which will be
Only because you have suspects. I
I
guess.
have Auspex, but my Auspex is sense the unseen. It's not heightened senses.
I can sense
I will
but then
give you because I
Okay.
would assume that it while you don't get actual heightened senses, it will kind of enhance the way you view things as well.
Okay, what's the okay, just wits plus Auspex, is it?
Mhm.
I only have 3. My
hear about
rolls are not very good. And your difficulty is what, 2?
Actually, make an awareness. It's not your aspect.
because it's not contested or obfuscate. Yeah.
My awareness
Yeah.
is 3. It's 6. I'm very aware. I'm just not very auspexy.
Not very auspicious.
Success, 2 successes.
There are sounds of scraping nails against metal coming from the basement.
Someone kinda.
Where's the I'm looking around. I raise my hand. I say, "There's someone in the basement," and I start looking. Where's the blood trail that you said?
You see it, I mean, if she pointed out to you, you can definitely see it.
Okay, I'm following the trail of blood and trying to see if there's a way down into the basement.
There is. I mean, the stairs literally lead there.
Yeah, we don't have the great one. I know you want a prowess. I also want a prowess to open the
I know.
new
No, I
basement.
wanted to hear no. There's no way in, so I have no choice but to. Okay.
The John Wick, right? You must take a hammer.
Yeah, take
You,
a hammer
you,
and
do,
smack.
you do not need to beat your way down.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Logical me says that's good. Bruha me says why?
The question as we head into the basement is: are we going in party order or not?
No, I'm going in. I'm going in first.
Okay.
Whatever happens.
All right.
You're stopping him from doing Hawk Smash.
No, I'm quite a reasonable Bruha. I'm quite reasonable.
Yeah.
Quite reasonable.
All
All the anti-frenzy defense is there.
Your secret is you're always angry.
Remember, you can have anti-frenzy defense, but in Vampire, anytime you roll dice, you could frenzy, you know.
It's true.
It's true. It's very true.
It's very true. Okay.
I need a 3-white check and I exploded. Yeah. I remember hacking a computer once and exploding and destroying my rig. That actually happened to me in the game.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
Okay, open the door to the basement. Is it locked? It's a heavy door, is it? Open the door.
Okay. There are sounds of snarling, and
Somebody's been turned.
and there are nails scraping against the metal strong room door. Fai has always been quite paranoid, so it is quite natural that he would have such
panic room, right?
such a panic room in his bungalow.
Okay.
I stop first and then I say,
I raise my hand and I say, Feng Jie, do you have blood?
I do. I was just about to bring that. If it's Teresa inside or her children inside, be ready, okay? I know you explode, I explode, but at least you tell you first. So I told to Brian, please stop us, if we explode. Thanks.
So to hatch the bats, right? Everybody take 1 blood bag. Ready. Whoever who doesn't frenzy feeds the person inside. Okay.
Okay. Alright, okay, got it.
Open
Party
the
order,
door.
okay. Please roll initiative.
I said, why don't yours don't go in? I go in.
There's no initiative roll,
Yeah.
not in this new system.
It's just who is in front row.
I'm in
pretty
front. I'm in front.
The strong room door is made. It's well, it's strong.
Hmm.
Would
I
you
will.
like?
Be strong, okay.
Can I aid? I also quite strong. I also Bruha one. We need to Bruha this shit.
Yeah.
No
let's go.
normal human strength will be able to get through.
Huh.
No normal human strength, you say?
I look at the two
Angry people.
two angry people. I was going like, okay. I'm waiting for the.
I drop one level of hunger. But I've roused to potent streak.
I'm very sure we could get a key. But then
Fuck
there's just
it.
the door. Okay. Alright.
I have a feeling there is.
It's okay. I have a. If worst comes to worst, I already have a melee weapon. The door.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? What's in it? Thorn signpost, throne cast, sorry, a throne storm.
Throne seal it.
Oh no no.
I press. I go to the alleyway.
First and foremost, Case is a typical Bruha deck. Why?
Yeah.
He clinches his opponent. Immortal grapples his opponents and bites them.
Yeah. And then after that, brutal kiss.
Okay. You made a roll, right? What was it?
It was just a rouse roll, and if you want me to roll that, it's feat of strength, but my strength now is 7. My strength is 7.
Oh, very good. Okay. You managed to tear the door from its hinges,
I thought
and
so.
as soon as you do it and you set it down, rather you just push it aside, right?
No, I carry it like. Can I carry it like the wreath?
Yeah, I guess you can. You can.
Okay.
Your strength 7. Yep. Go ahead. Go.
Okay.
Right. Something pounces on you.
Okay.
The
pounces
smell,
on the door.
the smell of ammonia.
The door is a mimic.
The smell of ammonia, feces, and blood assault you from within this room.
Okay.
Not so much blood though. More of the first two. You see a man, a young man no older than 17. He's covered in tattoos and he's wearing a very tight black t-shirt. Except that to you, and because you all know the condition, he's a vampire. He's also been extremely starved and he's definitely in a state of frenzy.
Okay.
And you notice there are at least another 4 or 5 inside. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is what Rooster sees from your current vantage point. And this is the first engagement of the combat.
Okay.
Okay.
I yell, 5 vampires incoming!
Okay, got it. Take out shoe.
Okay, so I go
Army
first.
shoe.
I think it's contested strength plus whatever it is that I'm smacking them with, right?
Correct.
Or whatever I'm doing, right?
Yes, you just make a roll. Because I already know my result.
I make a roll? Okay.
Yes.
So my strength is 7. My melee is only 2. So that's a 9. And my hunger is 2.
Okay. My dice here are. Go on.
Yeah. I cannot find my mouse cursor. Where's my mouse cursor? Oh, I cannot roll. Okay, found it. M.R.
I'm striking you, right?
No, it's just contested.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but basically, it's binary, right? Whoever wins basically punches through. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what the difficulty is. Do I have to put a difficulty? I just put 0. Is it, Rich?
Just put a 1, no? Then you just count the number of success.
Yes, just count
Okay.
the number of sixes. Get it? Sixes, success?
5.
Ah.
5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 successes.
Okay, what are you doing with it?
I am. If he's coming towards me, right? I'm just using the door and I'm smashing it.
It's literally flying through the
Yeah,
air.
so I'm baseball batting him with the door.
Okay. Bong. You swing the metal door at him, and you send him flying back into the room. Next up, who was behind you?
It's probably me, I think.
Yes, Feng Jie.
Yeah, okay, got it. So what's the light condition here? You said that we saw 4 other people inside
The
there.
strong room light is not on. You can
got it.
you can choose to turn it on.
Okay, got it. Does anyone have fleetness? As a rapid reflexes to do the free 2 dice turn on light action?
Yep,
You
I
could
can
have done
do
it, right? Okay, thank.
I'll rouse.
No, that one free. Rapid
Oh, free.
reflexes.
Okay.
Yeah, just turn on light. Thanks. Yeah, so good. Meanwhile, I think catchphrase. Thanks. Okay, so all right, so I basically see now that we can
Rubbish.
see inside the strong room. Is the light on?
Okay, so you turn it on, right?
Yeah, as Casey turn it on.
That's
Yeah,
my free action.
as this
Yes.
free action.
You turn it on. The bulb is one of those, hanging from the ceiling types, the very old school one. Yeah, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fledglings in here, and they are all hungry.
Okay, got it. Do they look like anybody we know?
I've described the one that attacked Rooster,
Mhm.
right? One of them is Teresa, but she's in a state that you've never seen her before.
Okay.
She looks disheveled, very bestial. What really freaks you out, Feng Jie, at the time, is that you also see Ayla and Aaron, the daughter and the son.
Yeah, correct.
They have also been given the embrace.
Okay.
You see Shirin.
Okay. My insurance agent.
Yes. And you see Uncle Hall.
Yeah. So
Uncle Haw is a vampire to begin. Oh, Uncle Haw. Oh,
It's
shit.
ghoul. Yeah, he's a ghoul. So can I say that because it's my action next, should I roll my composure? The whatever my fury frenzy is? Because
Yes.
my touchstone, not really my touchstones, but close.
I am not just tickling your touchstone here. I am downright pounding on it.
Correct. So what should I roll? Is it composure, resolve, or what?
At this point, it's composure.
Actually, fuck it. I will write. I will write the frenzy instead. So I will basically go with it. I won't resist it. And then my last lucid thing as I write the frenzy is I turn to Brian and I say, we have to disable or kill all of them tonight. If they release the Camarilla, will have the excuse to say that we can't deal with it. They need to take over. They have to die. We have to die, or we have to stop them. And then she runs in. And how high is the ceiling of this place?
It's quite tall. It's about. I'm going to give it in feet lah. It's about 9 feet tall. So you definitely have room.
In her high heel, she runs up the side of the walls with her cat's grace, right? And she basically lands down and she basically does a slam right onto one of them, right? And uses she does a rouse to get her prowess up, and then she continues to wheel the attack over to Shirin, I think, probably. That's this is not a life you asked for. Yeah.
Tang Tian does an acrobatic act. Drink!
Yes! See, I took
already
the same skill. Okay, Ing ready. Okay, I'm gonna roll my brawl. Okay. I can roll my rouse first to see whether I get angry or not. Okay, no, I hit my same hunger. Okay, I'm going to roll my. So prowess is activated. Then let's go 5. What do I roll? 3 plus 2, 5. 5. Okay. Hunger is 1. Hunger is not 2. Okay, then difficulty I'll just put as 1, right? Okay, got it. Okay, wow. Two hunger explode. So I got 3 successes and two of them are explodes. 2 of them hunger. Sorry.
Okay.
Still success.
Yeah, 3 success.
Yeah, you didn't.
On Shirin, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't manage to get the messy critical. Thank God.
Hey,
What are you doing?
It's a brawl basically. So I kind of like I run up and then I kind of land down and kick right with my very as Ed has suggested. It's not a wooden titanium enforcement. It's just a normal stiletto. So I kick down and kind of like go for her, try to basically put her out of a new misery. Yeah.
You realize that the reason why some of them, the ones at the back, right, are not attacking you is because they're actually restrained. It's only one of them.
Oh, okay. So I attacked the one that's been the one that one the one that
only
Casey-
one left. Only one left.
No,
Okay.
only the one that has been slammed back into the room.
Okay, then I kicked that one instead. I kicked the one that got his baseball.
Stiletto stick.
Yeah, so that's a 3. I got a 3. Whether that succeeds or not, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're striking it?
Yeah, strike. Yeah, I got 3 successes on the strike.
Okay. Taken.
Yeah, acrobatic flying kick.
You're not able. It's not aggravated, right?
It's not aggravated. Yeah, it's what's unarmed damage in this game?
Superficial.
Superficial.
What's the there's no dice, right?
It's superficial damage.
Yeah, so it's superficial plus prowess, so it's +2 from potence. Whatever +2 lo.
1 + 2. It's not that
So
bad.
3, yeah, 3 superficial.
3 base plus whatever net successes you have.
Okay. It's in the room. You are getting it down. Like I mean, it's on the ground.
Yeah. So like kind of like Case knock it back at the door. If fire out, I run up the ceiling, I land on top, and again I'll just do a stomp.
Okay. The rest of them are snarling at you all from, their individual places in the strong room.
Okay. Do I know how many blood bags that Feng Jie carries with her?
I have no idea, but as a beggar, I suppose I have like I don't know, like maybe like 2. I probably have drunk 1 already, so I probably left 2. Yeah. So your hands you can dual wield my blood bags.
Dual build blood bags.
Yeah. Use Hero Forge to take 2 blood bags and make a mini about it.
Okay. How many blood bags do you have?
I only have 2 left, so I think like they're with Brian. No.
You're not going to be able to say that.
Not even be able to slate 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
What I'm going to do is I am going to go and look for a stake.
I'm assuming Rooster is going to be keeping the guy on the floor, right?
If there's only one guy on the floor, yeah, I'm just putting the door on him and I'm sitting on the door.
Oh, okay. Very simple. Brian is going to go back upstairs to look for a wooden chair.
Look for bodies, maybe.
Yeah, there are many wooden chairs, mostly around the dining area.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that wooden chair back for Rooster so that he will break it and make it into a makeshift stick. Works
Okay.
what?
Okay, it works. It works.
You
I
stick
see.
all of
I see you. Okay.
Stick
I
all
look
of
at-
them.
Okay,
Take all of
that's
them.
not difficult at all. I'm assuming with the power of teamwork, you all managed to do this.
Sounds like a Pokemon. Power of us.
Okay. Staking them is not difficult. I don't think we need to go through the drama of it.
Okay, so we stick all of them and we say we gotta bring them out here and find somewhere to feed them.
Yeah.
What are you doing to rein in your frenzy?
No, I'm still frenzying. Basically, I'm riding the frenzy. Basically, it's like
Oh,
because
if
I
he's
frenzied.
Yes.
I chose not to fight it. You see, so
okay,
you can
if that's the case, I'm sorry,
me down.
Feng Jie. Yep. After the thing is subdued, right? Rooster grapples.
Yeah.
You won't. Well, you probably need Feng Jie's help, and the guy is subdued by you. Holding the door down on top of him, right?
I'll just get Brian to stand on the door first.
Yeah, just.
Hey, the door is solid metal, I knew it was. Just put on him.
It's okay, it's fair, it's fair. Let me just look at my dice. Okay, it's fair.
Okay, and then I reached out to Feng Jie and I put her into a non-lethal lock until she finishes her frenzy.
Hey,
That's a question. Does
You
Dominic
need
work
to
in frenzy?
you need to quell the frenzy.
So what did you
That's-
roll?
So would you be feeding? On what? On what?
Be on the blood bags. We'll worry about those that are stick later.
Nah, come, I give it. This is a very Hong Kong movie moment. I take the thing, I grapple them, and I put a pow in the mouth.
Okay.
It's like power.
The hangry mode is over, right?
Yeah. Nah. Sick pow.
Sexy, at this stage.
The other question is Dominate works during on frenzied opponents, right? As well, right?
Yes.
If it doesn't work,
I tilt her head to this direction.
But it also depends on how powerful your dominate is.
Hmm?
It will also depend on how powerful your dominate is.
how powerful my Dominate is.
Quite lah.
Dominate 2.
You got memorized, you know.
I got.
Okay, basically, for context, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to just tell him to calm down.
You're calming Feng Jie down.
Yeah, I'm coming from Jeddah with
That's easy. That's easy. No problem.
mesmerize her and tell her that
Thanks for the
Look.
Snickers.
Yeah,
calm
so
down.
I'm turning her head towards a blood bag in mouth and just to lock him.
Feng Jie, calm down. Right? They are not going to die. We are just going to get them to. We're just going to feed them and find a way to settle them down. Okay, it's part of us being family. Okay, it has happened already. Let's calm down and be rational about it.
Who made them? Whose family are they? They are a family because, but you know the curse of this blood. Someone's gonna claim them, and then maybe they don't want this as well. Then she's like calming down and listening to you lah, and kind of like can sense her relaxing. But
Hey,
we can't just ignore that.
We fucked over one elder before we can do it again.
All right.
And as soon as at this point, as Rooster says that, the credits roll and you are forcing me into a second session. We are literally at the halfway point of my 3-hour one shot.
I can see Kirsty very triumphant.
Not triumphant. I'm just gonna say I expected this. I told you so. I know that the session will not last, will not be so compact one. Because we're always like la, don't know go where. Okay? Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. We will have second session. We will try to arrange it sometime next week, I think. We'll keep you all posted, okay? Thank you everyone for joining our Halloween special. I hope you enjoyed the Gangland style. Some of us have dressed up, at least from waist up.
We don't want to know what's waist down, right?
Yeah, that's why I've been sliding over left and right, but I've never gotten up.
No wonder it's only Richard who teleports to you, not you who teleports to Richard.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a second. We're gonna have a second session. Hopefully we can wrap this up by then. Thanks for everyone for joining us. Nick, anything to say about?
Yep. Thank you so much. Because I wanted to run this within 3 hours initially, I wanted to keep a lot of the mechanics out of it. But I guess since I now have a little bit more time to work to actually tell the story, I might, and if Richard can find us a better die roller, then we'll probably start messing with that the next session as well. Because the second half is technically shorter than what we have experienced tonight. So we'll go on for one more session, and I should have the story complete by then. And yeah, I just hope everyone is entertained by it. That's all.
Okay. Okay,
Again,
thanks everyone.
I will reiterate the case. This is a one-story.
I understand that. I heard it. I heard it. I even processed it this time. I promised you I wouldn't go full co-op on this, and I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
I promised you. Okay. So all right. Take care, everybody. Bye. Rich, is there somebody we can rate? Is there someone we can rate?
Thank you. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Finish Iwaki actually.
Let's join Fix Iwaki. Let's go.
Sure. Let's raid Finish Iwaki. Let's start the raid.
Okay. And I'm shutting down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.